free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's CAR to 321321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
You boys are here. It is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page, where you can comment, where you can subscribe, where you can watch every single show on ESPN New York on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, and you should be just doing that. I am Chris Carlin. It is freaking freezing outside. He is Bart Scott. Oh, my God.
You know what today is?
What?
Court Retribution Day.
All right, so here's I'm glad you brought it up. So this is exactly where I was going to start. First of all, I've never actually had my nipples poking through an entire down jacket, but that happened this morning. That's how cold it was. And there was some fur in there as well, just to give you an idea. But you are at home today.
Yep.
Because the last time we had a court date, it was here at the station, and it was scheduled for 9 a.m. This was early last month, if memory serves.
Yep.
And please take us through what happened, what was the court date for, and what actually happened out of the whole thing.
Yeah, it was based off of me not having a front plate on my car, which is probably about 30 years old at this point, exactly 30 years old.
And this is in what state?
I was in Weehawken, driving down the street.
It was in New Jersey, okay.
Yeah, New Jersey, and they tried to say that, they gave me a ticket for not having a front plate. $40 in a fine is what the prosecutor kind of said. $40, no fine. $40 is the fine.
Yeah, there's points involved or anything like that.
So, I come in early, about a month ago, early, sit down in the room and say, hey, I got 2 hours before the show starts. Let me hop on. How long could it take?
Right.
And when we get on the virtual court, it proceeds to be about 100 people in there. And I'm trying to figure out why, maybe they kept trying to put me in the back room. I guess that was to talk to the prosecutor, but I thought they kept throwing me off. So, so for me, I'm like second to last one out of 100. I'm like, what's the odds of this crap? Is it because my last name is Scott? I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I sit there, and then we finally get the contact. Okay, Bart, we gave the iPad to Tom, right? Tom says, hey, man, I think they called your name. I come in there, right? I'm sitting there waiting.
At this point, we are monitoring it. We have a Bart cam on you at the time,
correct,
specifically for your court date, because you had to wait in a conference room. You didn't want to get called and then not be there.
Correct.
Yes.
So I'm pointing to my head because I'm trying to figure out how do I get in there. So I'm with the Martin Luther King thinking thing. I don't even know I'm on camera. It's not even my turn yet. But all of a sudden, the judge notices me pointing to my head, and she thinks I'm either putting a gun to my head or doing something to my head, and she tells that they kick me out of court.
So she thought you were making some kind of a rude gesture toward her.
I don't know what.
Or a frustrated gesture that caught her the wrong way.
I don't know what this lady's talking about.
Okay.
I wasn't even up yet.
Right.
It's not like, you got people, you can see everybody, but it's certain people that is in court with her. After she took like a 20-minute break and went and laughing and kikiing up like our time isn't important. She's getting paid. She's on the clock. I'm trying to do my job at the same time. She kicks me out, and then, they let me in. And the prosecutor said, I'm like, man, y'all kicked me out. She's like, oh, the prosecutor came in. Then I come up again. She kicks me out again. So I'm like, the prosecutor. So finally somebody else answers the phone and says, oh, yeah, she said she's not going to deal with you today for your gesture. I said, hold up. I've been on hold for 2 hours.
For your gesture.
Yeah,
which
first
wasn't
of all,
even a gesture.
First of all, ask me what was going on.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there for 2.5 hours. I'm doing stuff.
Yes. America is.
For 2.5 hours.
If we got to do a virtual court date,
right,
not everybody can just sit there and wait. We're trying to get other things done.
I don't care what the hell the other dude did. I don't care about none of that. I'm trying to make sure that I can multitask and do something constructive for 2 hours while I'm waiting in line to get my chance at justice pay my $40 so I can get the hell up out of here.
And if I may, when you do these virtual court dates, it gets confusing anyway because they take you in and out of rooms without telling you.
Yes.
And you immediately think, well, wait a second, did I just get bumped off? What happened? Where are you putting me? Nobody's telling me anything. I don't know what I'm doing here. And that kind of thing can happen. I had that happen last year when I was doing a virtual jury duty thing where you had to report. And you were sitting there for 2 hours and nobody's saying a damn word to you. Right. Nobody's giving you any kind of an update as to what's going on. And you think you're in a room with other people, but you're not sure.
And then Tom tells me, like, they call my name, so I don't hear them talking to me. So I'm thinking I'm up next and I'm going to get bumped out or they're going to drop my case or not. So I got that today. And the reason I didn't come in is because it's directly the start time now isn't 9. The start time now is 1 o'clock.
Right.
That's right when we get off the air. So the last thing I wanted to do was to do it at 1 o'clock and then basically be stuck there because you can't be driving and in virtual court.
Can't be stuck here for 4 hours this afternoon.
My point.
Yeah. No, listen, it's all fine by me. It's just, do we know that we have the same judge?
I would think we have. I would think she would reschedule her date.
She
thinks she's punishing me. Like, okay, come back the next 40. The fine ain't gonna change. It's $40.
All right. So what I'm gonna say 2 things here. Number one, why are we in court over a $40 fine? I
have no idea. Why can't I just
why wasn't it just pay the fine and that's it?
My point.
Yes. There was never an option of that. You didn't miss anything else. It was nothing like that.
No, and the thing is, when we get there, they're going to say, "Well, did you put the plate on in the front?" No, I simply just registered the car in Michigan, where we're not required to have a front plate. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So here's $40, and I just registered the car in Michigan.
Now, having gone through all of this. I am a staunch supporter of our justice system when employed the right way, the way that was intended by our Constitution and all of that. But I would say this to you. Keep your cool.
Yeah.
Keep your cool.
It's abuse of power.
I understand this.
But
get yourself in the right mindset.
Don't be mad at me because you wasted 8 hours 8 years of your life.
Okay, I feel like we're getting away from the point here.
To be a judge?
We're all
to make pocket change?
We all walked out of that day very upset, very frustrated, very much in a no justice, no peace kind of mind, and just felt like we were getting stymied by the man.
I wanted to be in court. I wanted
I know you do.
I want to be there.
Again,
I want her to look at me in my damn eyes.
Again, I think it's better that you're not. I think you need to make sure.
I'm holding the whole damn court under contempt.
Do you have the Calm app on your phone?
Man.
Because if you don't, I will have LeBron send one your way this afternoon, and you can just get your head nice and centered so that when the court date comes up, we don't say anything that we regret over a $40 fine. That's all I'm saying. I agree that you have been hosting this whole thing, but I just want you to be okay. That's all.
Yeah, man. I thought Judge, what's her name? Judge Judy was a jerk. Just like, hold my beer. At least Judge Judy's entertaining.
Yo, Judge Judy's hauling in about $25 million a year.
Yeah, she owns it.
She's cleaning up.
Her Mac Daddy was Judge Wapner. That's her husband.
Was that her husband? Was that her husband?
Yeah, that was her husband.
I didn't know that was her husband. I thought he was like a mentor or something.
Nah, that was her
People's Court.
Got her in it.
Well, all I can tell you is this. I just want to make sure, and if you want me to come and represent you on air on the court, I will as well. Because I have 2 brothers who are lawyers. That pretty much makes me a lawyer.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. So I'm happy to represent you. And the first thing I will say is point of parliamentary procedure, Your Honor. My client has been unjustifiably persecuted through this entire affair, but we're willing to look past that if we can just settle this in an amicable way. I think we'll be in good shape if that happens.
There's so many amendments that I love, Judge, but if I can pick one, I'll pick the if. I plead the fifth if.
Okay. Well, I just, again, I'm going to stress this. Woosah.
If I get locked up, man, you know what happens. You know
what happens if you get locked up? I'm solo tomorrow. That's what happens. They're calling Grasa. That's what's happening.
You know what I'm saying? We thought Russia course was unjust. This lady must be Russian.
Well, my friend, I am sorry that you have to deal with this today, but I am hopefully we can put this all behind us by the end of the day.
Yes, I don't want to be going to court again in May.
And plenty of people are chiming in already on the chat about the Zoom court fiasco of last time, about what happened when you scratched your head. Scott Roth saying a man getting persecuted for scratching his head, then Bart scratched his head. I mean, it's the tone of his thing is absurd. Court date gate is the hashtag for Bart. You're lucky it's Jersey. New York would have towed your vehicle. That's according to Gerald Eugene. So all of these things are coming in on the chat right now. And so we want you to be a part of the show. And if need be, if you don't trust Bart to say the right things later today in court, say your goodbyes today as well.
What I love about this show is I'm the judge. And who's in court today? Jalen Brunson.
All right. Well, for you, he is.
Come to the front of the congregation.
Can I start?
I said a lot of things early in this year about Jalen Brunson, and I think
apparently
we're pointing. I think we're pointing the finger at the wrong guy.
Bart, let me start with just reading something from Bobby Marks today that he points out in relation to he has a lengthy story out on ESPN.com that is basically a primer for the trade deadline coming up at the end of next week. February 5th is the trade deadline. Bart, this was James Dolan back in the first week of January. This is the quote. "We love our team right now. They have chemistry. They all like each other.
Do they?
I've never seen a locker room more copacetic. There's a lot of energy there. Leon can always overrule me, but I don't see us making a big change because we got to keep building with this group. This group can win a championship. I believe that." And since the Knicks are 4-6, Cat is as annoyed as can be across the board, and everybody else seems to be getting more annoyed at him. And now Allen yesterday on the show in the afternoon says he would not rule anything out at this point. Tom, which of these cuts is Allen saying he would not rule anything out at all from DHR yesterday afternoon? Is that the first one or the second one? Because I think this is incredibly interesting as to where we are here with the Knicks.
Let's start with number one.
All right, here it is.
As we get close to the trade deadline, two things that I'm noticing. One, Karl-Anthony Towns is just staying in whatever funk that he's in right now. He played 16 minutes and he fouled out. That's not a good sign. And then on top of it is this interesting report that Giannis might be close or almost fired his agent because he's frustrated because he's still in Milwaukee. And you know he doesn't want to be there. It's Mark Spears. And he said that the belief is that Giannis played his last game in a Bucks uniform. Think about it. He's got a calf issue for the second time this season. He expects to be out for maybe a month, but a month isn't the end of the season. So either he's getting traded or he's going to get shut down for the rest of the season with concerns over the calf. It's going to be interesting to see which one it is. Because if he gets traded at the trade deadline, then forget any future in New York. No chance.
And that was brought up. If you'll remember, Allen said if the Knicks are going to get him, that would be in the offseason. That would not be at the deadline because you can't go and do that at the deadline and try to assimilate him into the roster at that point. But now says, I wouldn't rule anything out before the deadline. So it feels like there's been a shift in where the Knicks are right now.
So it's almost like Carmelo was, like where they could have waited, but the player gets so frustrated, so competitive, that he's saying, man, free me now. This is ridiculous. Like the Kyle Kuzma, who's the other guy that they got, the big dude from Indianapolis, Turner?
Miles Turner.
He's like, man, this is what y'all trying to put around me to go compete with these players, not even in the East, but also in the West? Like, I can't win no chip here. Like, y'all playing with me? Like, y'all got to be tripping. So I mean, when you think about it, like if I'm Giannis, I mean, you got some great opportunities. The Knicks, we know that the Knicks need help to be able to absorb Giannis. They need this got to be a 3-4 team type of deal. Who wants to help New York get Giannis? First of all. Secondly, we talk about, we saw Luka Doncic get traded last year, and that was the biggest shock. But that was a 1-for-1. And we didn't see that. We didn't see that pay off at all either. We didn't see that come around and yield any type of championship or anything like that. They got bounced early. And, when you go back and you listen to what his who's smiling right now is Tibbs, first of all.
Tibbs is absolutely.
Mike Brown,
He's tipping a scotch back and enjoying every bit of this right now.
And then we told you paid Bridges when you didn't have to. Now instead of this being an expiring contract where somebody could have took him on, see what he was like, brought him into their fold, and decided to say, you know what, yay or nay. Now they feel like, why would we want to take this? We stuck with this dude's contract for 4 years. Because you guys gave him a 5-year deal at that time. We don't see him at that value, right? Yeah, his money is good to add to Carl's to try and get multiple players, but people may not assess him for being worth what he's getting paid. I mean, would you rather have Bridges or would you rather have Porter? I'd rather have Porter from the Nets.
I mean, that's saying something, isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? He may not be a great defender, but man, he can sure put it up. And then there's another thing. You talk about the roster construction. You talk about the starting five. You have two liabilities. You just said that Karl-Anthony Towns fouled out in 16 minutes. That's because, you know what? He don't care.
Well, this is where I really want to focus for a few minutes before we get into the honest of it all. And we got plenty to do on the Knicks at 800-919-3776. I'm opening the lines now to get people involved in the show. And also,
I want apologies, too, when y'all call up here.
I don't know that that's going to happen.
I called this.
Is there anything – did you also call that the sun was going to come up this morning? Is there anything recently – because I noticed recently you're very much on a vengeance tour of like I'm putting cases on all of y'all right now. Because it's been – I've said everything ever that was going to happen ever, and let me make sure that you know it.
People have been mocking me, and they always make fun of me, but I'm always proven right. Barstradamus may have to come back. He may have to make a debut. He may have to come back today. I'm sick of this.
This feels like back in the day when you saying, Tom Jackson, who the hell are you? This is what it feels like.
This is exactly what it is. But this is to our callers, who I have an affection for, but they're starting to get on my damn nerves.
But I don't know that they have had this. I don't know they've had this. I think you're somewhat, you might be making it up in your brain.
Chris, some people that have played high school basketball or played for an AAU team once have the idea that simply because I played football professionally, that I know absolutely nothing about basketball.
Well, that's silly.
Newsflash, I played basketball longer in high school than I played football. Because my mother didn't let me play football because she said I had to prove that I can hold a 3.0 before she let me play any sport. And basketball comes second after football. So I played 4 years. I had scholarship offers. I had some scholarship offers to play basketball. And guess what? I was only 185 pounds jumping out the gym with a 41-inch vert. So talk about that. But just because you watch basketball and because you played Jordan versus Bird, or you played NBA Jam, all of a sudden you qualify to give your opinions, and you can talk about my opinion and why I'm wrong, but I can't talk about why y'all wrong. I told you, Jalen Brunson is a selfish player. It's all about himself. Chris, basketball 101. What's the role of the point guard?
Dish. Get everybody involved.
Tom, where does Jalen Brunson rank as far as dishing the basketball?
Oh, in terms of assists, overall in the league, he would be 26th this year.
26. How many did we determine that aren't even point guards that average more assists than him?
I would say at least 8 or 9, just taking a quick look at that list.
Julius Randle gets more assists. We talk about Mr. Spin Cycle himself averages more assists than Jalen Brunson. So when you got a big man, what does big man need? They need to get their touches. They need somebody to get him involved. They need maybe, hey, big man, good little man, pick and roll. pick and pop, because Cat is a guy who we've self-proclaimed, and he's self-proclaimed, that he's the greatest shooting big man in the history of basketball, and the three-point championships would suggest that he may be right. Pick and roll, pick and pop. But when my point guard is holding on to the basketball like he's the light bread version of James Harden, and then when it's 2 seconds left, he want to play hot potato and give you the ball, you got to throw up some bull crap.
By the way, I used that phrase during the game the other day. Do you think I was thinking about this in the moment. Just this is a brief aside, okay? I was calling the Carolina game the other day.
Yeah.
And one of the guys gave up the ball, dribbled it for like 8 seconds, and then gave up the ball with 2 left in the shot clock. And I used the ball, hands him the grenade. Do you think people understood what that meant?
Yeah, after the post pin pull. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with it now? You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, do you think that's an apt description? Do you think people understood that when I said it?
They understood exactly what it is. They knew it like, hey, I can't get blowed up. Here you go. After you hog the ball, right? So now you got your big man not getting involved. So what's the first thing that happens?
So
he don't want to play defense.
Let's be clear about all of this. You believe the biggest problem with the Knicks is Jalen Brunson?
His style of play. He's a shooting guard. He's a shooting point.
So why didn't we have this problem last year? Why didn't we? The Knicks got to the conference finals. The guy has been an MVP candidate all of the last, basically every year that he's been a Knick. He's been a candidate, and they have continued to get better until this season. Why is it now that he's too selfish of a player?
You know how something crests, it hits its point, its pinnacle? Mm-hmm. I think you have Cat, you don't got the buy-in, right? Everybody's fighting for shots. What was the meeting about? Selfish basketball play. Who called the meeting? Jalen Brunson. You're the one that should be pointing the thumbs at yourself, because you're the most selfish person on the team. And you don't play no damn defense, so we have to protect you on the other side too. He need a guy like Larry Brown to come in and tell AI, quit shooting the damn ball. You got to get Dikembe, you got to get Aaron McKee, you got to get Snow some shots up so they can feel confident and feel like they're part of the show instead of just sitting around watching you play basketball.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Here's a couple of comments coming in over on the YouTube chat. As a 44-year-old Knicks diehard fan, I've come to realize Knicks are going to Knicks. That's from J.P. Curran. Then there's Leon is getting larger from Scott Roth. And Daniel Pineda shows that Dolan is out of touch with locker room vibes. The players heard his statements and realized this. Now the players feel the need to show their frustrations with the status quo changes. Trade coming. I don't know that.
But this wasn't supposed to be about trading. Dolan did everything that y'all asked him to do. He brought in OG, paid OG, retained Bridges, traded for Cat, made a deal for Brunson. Like, what else is he supposed to do? He stayed out the way. Y'all said y'all didn't like Tibbs. So he went and got somebody that's going to use the entire bench, that's going to sub people out, that's not going to drag the players into the ground. They got Tibbs fired. Now let's see if Mike Brown can coach them out of this tailspin. Because last I checked, this team that was supposed to run away with the East because it was a weak East was supposed to be what? They were supposed to be number 1 in the East. Where are they currently sitting now?
4.
4.
And sliding.
4 and sliding. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, right now they are basically 2, maybe 3 games in the loss out of the 8 spot. That's my concern about all of this, is that as it's slipping, the margin for error is so small that it is slipping to a point where it's going to get away from them very quickly.
And if Anthony Davis goes to Atlanta, or if Ja Morant goes to Miami, now they got real firepower that they got to deal with. I said something early, and everybody got on me. Oh, my God, Jaylen Brown isn't as good as Jalen Brunson.
800-919-3776. The lines are open. We're hitting them next at 800-919-3776. I will tell you who the real culprit is on Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and over on the ESPN New York YouTube page where you can watch the show, subscribe to the channel, make it hat and cattin'.
It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff. The final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. This is Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. If you're a new customer, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same-game parlay, make it count. Because after the Super Bowl, the season's over. And football is officially done. Last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Big traffic mess on the east side, southbound FDR Drive with a crash at Houston Street. 2 right lanes are closed. Those delays are massive. They go way back into the 100s all the way down. The Grand Central Parkway westbound with a broken out car left lane at Astoria at 31st Street before you get to the RFK Bridge. Lincoln and Holland tunnels at least a 30-minute delay. Okay at the George Washington Bridge coming into town. In Muncie, eastbound side of Route 59 in Rockland County, an accident by Main Street. Southern State Parkway, Nassau County by Meadowbrook Road, an accident. 1 lane is blocked. And in New Jersey, Route 1 remains closed northbound at Edison with a big water main break repair between Route 18 and Plainfield Avenue. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $179 for 33 months. Or buy with 0.9% APR financing for 72 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN379853, MSRP $33,425. Zero security deposit, APR $14.27 per month per $1,000 finance, ends 2/2/26.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a Pepper Thing! And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a Pepper Thing! Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a Pepper Thing!
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a pepper thing! And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a pepper thing. Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a pepper thing.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You know, over the last 3 days, I have seen this damn robotic snowblower on so many news clips and all over social media. And what they don't tell you is this thing is $5,000. Like, who is spending $5,000 on a robot snowblower that's not named Bart Scott? Who's doing that? Like, would you do that? Like, it's going to snow. Like, you're going to buy that thing, and it's going to snow like once in the next 3 years after that.
Well, it's supposed to snow again this weekend, right?
Well, it seems like the latest model is it's got it blowing out to sea a little bit, so maybe that's not the worst thing in the world.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. At least at the moment. Who knows?
Can't wait till after the Super Bowl, baby.
It could change to tomorrow. Yeah, I know. We'll see you in April.
Ooh, the Houdini real act is real. I made sure I was here day after the first of the year. It's because I was dreaming about these moments.
Where you going?
I don't know. I ain't even decided yet. I think
somewhere.
I know I'm going to Africa.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'm going to the motherland. I heard they're giving out free citizenship if you black.
Well, listen, a lot of people are looking into different citizenships right now. That's all. Anyway,
yeah, man.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, 800-919-3776. I actually and not for any other reason, I just became an Irish citizen. I think I told you that. Because my grandfather was born there.
Congratulations.
But I've been trying to do that for the last 3 years. So I have dual citizenship.
Man. Ooh, get that dual. You know what I'm saying? You can hide that money over there, Creasy. She'll never find it, baby.
I don't know
Tax
if Ireland
thieves.
has ever been the place to go. It's not Switzerland when we're talking about bank accounts.
Hey, you close to Switzerland. When you get over to Europe, you close to everything.
800-919-3776. Let's start here. Ralph in Brooklyn up on ESPN New York, who has the Zoom court experience that he'd like to discuss quickly. Mm-hmm. Ralph, what's up?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
So, Bart, just letting you know, I was in the Zoom court meeting 2 weeks ago, and I was in my car, and there were about 50 people in the Zoom. More than half of them were in their car. Everybody just had their phone facing them while they were driving.
Yep.
But it's not a big issue.
So you could have done it. You could do it from the car if you need to.
Absolutely.
Let's not advocate for that. I think we've got enough problems right now driving in the snow.
But you have to stop. They were like, "Oh man, you hold up, give him a ticket. He driving while looking at the screen."
No, you're not holding the phone. It's hands free.
I understand. It still takes away a little bit from your attention span. That's my point. A little bit. Your Honor, hang on. I got to hit this jug handle. Sit tight. I'll get to you in a sec.
I got a parallel park. Somebody just dug themselves out. I'm about to steal the spot.
Let's get to D in Queens next. ESPN New York. D, what's going on? How are you today?
Listen, how you doing? Bart, since last year, I'll go even deeper than you. I said last year, the end of last year, this is as far as this team goes, break it up. And everyone thought I was crazy, especially with the second apron and the way people didn't know how the salary cap was working. I was like, get rid of your pieces now while they have value. How many Knicks pieces have that much value now if you want to trade them? And the Giannis thing, he's 31 and uses athleticism as his way. Be careful on that.
The only thing is Westbrook. Only thing is Westbrook is athleticism. He's still going.
Different body, though, right?
But, different body. Plus, but the thing is, too, you can't play him and Mitchell Robinson together at all. So then you're going to have to remake the team from top to bottom.
Well, can we get into this for a second? Okay, I get what you're saying there, D, and appreciate the call as always. The biggest problem here is not Brunson. The biggest problem here is Cat. Cat has no interest in being here. That's very clear. He has no interest in doing any. Cat is trying to quietly quit the Knicks, so to speak.
No,
like we've heard about quiet quit. That's what this is. Quiet quit a relationship. Just start ghosting him. Like he may as well just be ghosting him via text right now.
I think Cat was very engaged last year and ready to go when he
last
felt like
year. Yes, now
no.
Because
Tibbs was a guy that had a system for him. That's a guy that he may have some history with, but he was happy with him because he was still being part of the. He was valued. He was getting his touches. He was getting the ball on the block. He was getting the ball in the pick and roll. He was getting the ball on the 3-point line. He was bringing the ball up. And now Mike Brown's he's felt like an outcast. Like, how am I the outcast, and I'm the second best player on the team? How am I the outcast?
Listen, I get why he feels that way, but
Mike Brown throw him under the bus every chance he gets. Who calls their star out there?
But listen to his teammate the other night, okay, when we're talking about this stuff, and we're talking about the offense. As much as it's been talked about with Cat, here is Josh Hart on Cat the other night.
Yeah, I mean, just try to get him in positions to be successful, whether that's shots or post-ups or stuff like that. So, obviously, we need him to be aggressive. We need him to be smart, first and foremost, and put the ball in the basket, but also be a hub of getting guys shots. So, I think we're doing that, and, he just has to make sure he works on, being smart with offensive fouls, and those kind of things.
The foul stuff is getting ridiculous. I mean, it's gotten infinitely worse, and you can't tell me that it's by accident. Because it almost feels like he's taking himself out of these games by fouling people.
Well, damn, if my point guard get broken down at any calls, I got to come help. I mean, how about ask Jalen Brunson to play some defense? Can he hold his own? How many of those fouls are on people that Cat is defending, or how many of those come because Brunson getting beat? Like, listen, it's Brunson's job. It's like if you got
players in the league though, Bart, that are just not capable of defending at a certain level, and Brunson is one of them.
My point. So let's get some criticism to that, and then on the flip side, you get scored on.
He's the reason they're winning. He's the reason they even have a chance.
Because he takes all the shots.
Who else do you want taking the shots right now? You want Cat taking on shots? More shots?
Yes, I want Cat taking shots because Cat showed that he can average. He's averaged in the high 20s his whole career. Yeah, how about let OG get some? How about let Bridges? That's the problem when you get guys that don't know their role. The only person that know their role is Josh Hart. Grab rebounds and push and play with energy.
So you don't feel like
but Josh Hart don't shoot because he can't shoot. Josh Hart don't try and get isolation shots because he can't isolate. He's not like above average creator of the basketball.
It feels like these guys are not getting along right now.
Right.
And it feels like there are sects.
Yes.
SECTS. Sect.
You mean like you mean like the 3 click?
Yeah. It feels like there are cliques on the team at the moment.
You mean the Villanova clique?
I didn't say the Villanova clique, but it feels like there is a separation here in a division in this team right now. But it feels like the majority of that division is between Cat and everybody else.
But remember last year it was Bridges that had the issues.
Here's Subi in Midtown. Subi, what's going on? You're next on ESPN New York. What do you got?
Hey, as a Knicks fan, do you think that the Knicks should sell high even if you're not getting a good return on Cat?
How are they selling high right now? They're not selling high on Cat.
Well, it might get even lower at this point with the grumblings and stuff. Maybe Cat speaks out next. But is selling, if getting a Markkanen or a Siakam, is that the best you're going to get for Cat? Because even with his age, his body has taken a lot of wear and tear over the year, and I don't think he can make his own shot at this point. So what's your opinion, even if, we're not getting Giannis because of the quality of Cat's game, do you think you can get other pieces that can possibly help this team for this year and then make a major move in the offseason?
But you don't think that he can get his own shot? You think he forgot how to score? You think he forgot how to shoot? He don't get the opportunity. He don't get the touches.
The benchmark for a big man should be a Dirk Nowitzki because he's the one who made a championship out of making his own shots. And Cat doesn't seem like a Dirk type. ever.
But
it's
so,
not close to Dirk.
But Subi, somebody had to give Dirk the ball. Dirk wasn't pushing the he wasn't no point forward. Dirk wasn't no dribbler of the basketball either. He was a catch and shoot guy. Somebody had to give Dirk the ball on the block.
During that championship run, he did make a lot of shots in the finals himself. And I don't think Cat has demonstrated that ability ever in his career.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Cat took a team, they upset the champs and lost in the Western Conference Finals. What do you mean?
I think the point here is there has been a massive disengagement by Cat this season. And he is obviously frustrated, and he does not want to be the bad guy, so it feels like he's quietly quitting right now. That's what it feels like. And when I say quit, I'm not talking about as a player. Like that to me is always a very tough word to hang on people. What I'm saying is he's quietly quitting the Knicks. In other words, I want out right now, and I'm just going to do it by my actions and not by my words.
Well, they're quietly moving away from him. Like Mike Brown didn't come in and recognize who.
Oh, I don't think they're doing it quietly anymore. Like Mike Brown has been the guy getting on him, and it's been very clear that they've been moving away from him. But I think they felt like it had more to do with what they needed to do offensively. And it's not great for him. I agree with that. But at this point, the negativity that Cat's bringing, does that really help you?
No, I'm not saying that helps you, but it's not all his fault as well. Like I feel like Brunson has the point guard is supposed to get the big man the touches. What happened with Shaq and Kobe? He wasn't giving them the ball. He said, "Run the court, get in shape. I'll give you the ball." No, man, give me the ball, bro.
We have the other cut from Josh Hart you're going to hear in a minute about Cat and the need to adjust. It's on the way. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York at 800-919-3776. Also over on the YouTube page where you can go. You can leave your comments. We get them in on the show. Subscribe to the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
All the way over Barzell, score!
New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Who's ready to hit the ice? Get ready for another exciting hockey season with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night. Don't miss any of the action on the ice by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today and make your bets. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards may vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Ah, the Internet, a place where your curiosity can flourish. Unless online threats stop you. The Internet is wonderful, but you need to protect yourself online. Protect yourself online with NordVPN. NordVPN encrypts your browsing. Its Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop digital trackers. Get the best deal at NordVPN.com.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Not surprisingly, you're catching a lot of heat in the chat, but that's nothing you wouldn't have thought, or you would have thought was going to happen. Of course it was.
Where's the lie? The man is 26 in assists. He's a point guard.
I'd just like to clarify, that is in total assists. He is 21st in average for assists.
Okay, that's what I mean, average.
21st
Julius
Randle,
Julius Randle is facilitating and responsible. Remember, assist means that you're responsible for points as well. Now, if you want to take somebody like Cade Cunningham,
of course,
you can see a guy that's getting his buckets, yet averaging damn near 9 assists, which could be anywhere between 18 to probably 36 points, depending on if some of those assists are three-pointers.
All right, a couple of things here. I'll fire them up for you before you give us a little note from our friends at Samwell. Brian Maddox on the chat at ESPN New York's YouTube page. Bart, I think you're reaching on this take. Jalen is the most important player. Cat is committing foolish fouls and not showing much effort.
Yeah, give him the ball. You don't get much effort when your guy ain't passing you the damn ball. Like he the big man. Everybody gets to shoot. OG gets the ball. He runs down. I bet you Cat is probably 4th on the team in shot attempts. You think he should be 4th?
I wouldn't say he should be 4th, no.
My point. You think that OG Anunoby is a better offensive player than Cat? I would say no. You think Bridges is a better offensive player than Cat? I would say no. So why the hell he ain't getting his touches and getting his shots put up to get in the rhythm?
Another one brings up Bart. Let's see here. Bart has a point. There's no reason why any point guard shouldn't be able to average top 5 in assists with this team.
Right, the quarter spread. He's a shooter. What did he say? What does Mike Brown say? Get the ball to the paint and kick it out. Let it touch the paint. The only ways to touch the paint is if you penetrate and dish, or if you throw it to the big man and he throw it back out to you. Like, it's not rocket science, man. Like, Allen Iverson had the same issues early in his career. He was putting up plenty of points scoring, but his team too often watched him play. We said the same thing about Carmelo Anthony. The ball stops with Brunson, then he throw a hot potato to you, and then you're supposed to make chicken salad out of chicken poop.
All right, so here's, to be clear, I went and looked. Field goals, shot attempts, it's Jalen at 21. Then it is Towns second at 14, but he's taken 7 more shots a game than him. Then it's Bridges at 13, Anunoby at 12, McBride at 10.
Man, you mean to tell me your skilled 7-footer can't get more touches? 14 attempts? And just think, you know what I mean? Like, if you get him involved, maybe he play better defense. Maybe he has more energy, more confidence. He don't get stupid fouls. And maybe how many of them fouls
it feels like an excuse for him, though.
But how
like,
many?
Why is it so hard to do one when you're not getting the other to the point? Like, you can work on getting him the ball more, but he can't do one?
Because my name ain't Mitchell Robinson. I ain't out here just to play defense. Y'all brought me here to score buckets. You didn't give me a chance to score buckets.
Anthony in the Bronx is next on Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Tony, what's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good. Bart, thank you so much for saying this, because this has been needed to be said now for over a year, okay? The Knicks made such a big mistake with putting all their eggs in a basket of a 6-foot minus defender who needs the ball in his hand on almost every possession. You're never going to win big in the NBA like that, Chris. I know you don't like to hear it, and I appreciate if you don't hang up on me, but it's the truth, okay? The Knicks, if they were smart, they would look to shop him. I know Knicks fans aren't going to like that, but look in the history of the league, okay? How many men his size have won NBA championships in the modern era?
Just Isaiah
I'll answer
Thomas.
that for you.
Or Chauncey
2,
Billups.
Isaiah Thomas, which Jalen Brunson is not, and Steph Curry, which in Jalen Brunson's dreams he's not.
You got to throw
So
Chauncey
if the
Billups in
Knicks
there, though, too. Don't miss the big shot in there.
Right. So if the Knicks want to be where they – if the Knicks want to go where they want to go, which is an NBA championship, looking around in the East, man, Cade Cunningham, Halliburton when he's healthy, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. These guys are all 6'5", 6'6", guards who could shoot, who could defend. They can't get that out of Brunson, Chris.
No, listen, it's not an argument that Brunson needs to do more. Of course he needs to do more, and it's a problem that he's only 6 foot. First of all, you got to get the Billups thing. Like, let's not put them in that same discussion. I know they won a championship.
Well, hold up.
Chauncey Billups is not in the discussion with those other guys that was brought up.
But he was a perennial all-star, too, when he was with the Pistons.
I understand that, but he's not on that level. He's not. I mean, why don't we get Tony Parker and Big Shot Bob in there, too, while we're at it, okay?
Tony Parker just in the conversation.
My point is, those other guys, they're not on the level of Curry and of who was the other one?
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas. They're not on that level.
Okay, well, Brunson's not on the level of Thomas or
I didn't say he was.
Curry.
He's not.
So I'm trying to compare apples to apples. He should try to be Big Shot.
My bigger problem here is that if we're looking at just mathematically what the difference is this year in shot attempts versus last year, it's 2.5 shots a game. And he's averaging 21, this is Towns, as opposed to 24 last year. 3 points a game less, 2.5 shots a game less right now.
Yeah, but how many
is that enough where it really should bother you this much?
How many more plays were set up for him? How many of those are off offensive rebounds? Tibbs was calling plays for him. Mike Brown act like he don't exist.
Well, but he doesn't act like he doesn't exist when he's scoring 21 a game. Like, I mean, so it's all just stuff that Towns is doing on his own?
How many plays are they calling for him?
All I can tell you is the results end up being the same. I can't answer that because I'm not in the huddle, and I obviously when you watch it play out, it feels like it's not as much, but the results are not that far off from being where they were before.
Listen, it's no way that your second best player should be having to figure out where does he fit in the offense, right? At this point, there's no way that he should be trying to understand what his role is and what his job is. You think Dwayne Wade ever had to worry about that when he was with Shaq or with LeBron?
No.
You think like
Cat's not Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade won a championship before those guys were even there.
Hold up, man.
Cat's not Dwayne Wade.
Man, let me tell you something. We poo-poo on Cat way too much. He is a perennial all-star. He is a top 30 player in the NBA.
And he's soft.
So it's been a lot of soft guys that play ball. Yeah, Steph Curry ain't exactly the toughest guy in the world.
My point is, like,
Luka Doncic, he might be a bully, but he don't want no defensive smoke. He ain't smacking the ground talking about, come on, let me lock you down. James Harden ain't no tough guy.
But do we think Cat's on the level of any of those three players?
I think him and James Harden are about the same level of toughness. I'd love to see them in a pillow fight.
No. I'm talking about level of player. Level of player. Those guys are all much better players than Cat is.
Cat would be an all-star. Cat's better than Julius Randle.
Yes.
Like he's a second-tier star.
Yes, agreed with that. The guys that you just mentioned were first-tier stars.
Who that?
Luka Doncic isn't a first-tier star?
Okay. Was Chris Bosh with the Miami Heat wasn't a first-tier star?
When he got there, he was. But then he clearly took a backseat to the other two.
Well, Cat was that in Minnesota until he took a backseat to Ant-Man. Ant-Man, yeah, that's me.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app at 800-919-3776. Why does Bart hate Jalen Brunson? We continue to dive in next on ESPN New York.
You don't want me to tell him about Sam?
Well, we're a little late to it, but
okay.
Why don't we do it early next hour? Sit
all right,
tight.
It's only a 15-second read. They shortened the time because they ain't giving us enough cheese on our taco.
That's great.
It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff, the final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. This is Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. And get this, if you're a new customer, all you have to do is bet $5, and you'll get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same-game parlay, make it count. Because after the Super Bowl, the season's over, and football is officially done, so this is your last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Soundwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life. For more information, visit oli.org.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
There's a lot of people that want to get in on this, so I'm going to stick with it for a little bit before we shift over to some Jets at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. A lot of discussion about the Knicks this morning, getting back in action tonight. I am curious as to how we feel like this is going to be resolved here in the next 10 days, and this is the level that we haven't taken it to yet. What do you expect to happen between now and the deadline? Is this going to be a deadline where they actually do something? Or is it going to be because to me, I don't want to see anything done unless it involves Giannis.
It won't be, no. It'll be Jaren Jackson. It might be the move that they can get a 1-for-1 and maybe get an extra thing because Memphis looks like they're tearing it down. They may be moving from Ja. They may be willing to move from Jaren Jackson, which would be a great wing defender, big-time scorer.
In exchange for who?
For Cat.
Cat for Jaren Jackson?
And, they have to give two players to make the money match.
Yeah.
I did see that. Jaren Jackson is a certified baller. You're not going to get Giannis, man.
No, I'm not. Listen.
No, what I'm saying is you're not getting Giannis right now.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Here's my point.
Jaren Jackson might make them legit because that's going to give him a guy that can run, that can keep pace. He can play big. He can he can defend fives at certain times. He's very versatile. You know what I'm saying? Don't just say Bart, thank you. When I give you these gems, just take it.
I was just going to look up the Jaren Jackson salary.
I need blind faith. Just believe in Bart. I'll lie on you. I'll never lie to you.
Jaren Jackson this year is making 35.
Yep, so you're 20 short.
Roughly.
20
but
short.
boy, he's locked in for the next few years at 49, 51, 52, 53.5.
Yep.
He won't be a free agent. If he exercised his option, he won't be a free agent until after 29-30.
Facts.
Oof. 800-919-3776. Casey in San Antonio is next on ESPN New York. What's up? Is it Case or Casey?
Yeah, it's Casey. How you doing, guys?
Good. How you?
Bart, what's going on, man?
What it do, baby?
Diehard Jets fan, man. So you're one of my favorites, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yo, but you got to fall back on Jalen Brunson, man. And
we should demand more. We should demand more. We should demand more assists. Is it not his responsibility to get everybody involved? Remember, Michael Jordan used to have that problem too.
It's Mike Brown's responsibility, man.
Now we're gonna throw it on Mike Brown.
When Tibbs was there, yeah, of course we had very little offensive strategy and key moments of the game, but Cat was balling. Cat is better than Jaren Jackson. Let's get that out the way.
He is. But Jaren Jackson's a two-way player, though.
Jalen Brunson is the best player we had since Carmelo Anthony.
That's true.
He's moved our franchise, and we throw the baby out with the bathwater. We do it with the Jets, and we have these guys leave us, and we complain about the small things. We cut off our nose to spite our face. Mike Brown needs to do a little bit better, and that's the bottom line.
Look, it's one thing is very clear in all of this, okay? It's not just one person's fault.
Right.
My question is, what's the easiest way to solve it?
I like Jaren Jackson just simply because you get two players and you get a two-way player. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, I don't disagree with that at all. And what's bothersome?
You can't have two big liabilities defensively in your starting rotation.
I agree, but we also would agree that they've got two other guys who were supposed to be very good two-way players, and I don't know that they have lived up to what we thought they were going to be. Certainly Bridges.
Bro, we already talked about why they paying Bridges that cheese on this taco.
I mean,
especially when they had him under contract. They should have let that thing just run out. He would have been an expiring contract. He would have been super attractive right now.
This is the problem here, and we've talked about this in terms of football with Howie Roseman and the Eagles. It's one thing to make a mistake. It's another to double down on it.
Yep.
And that's what it feels like they did on the Bridges contract. I get it. You gave up 5 first-round picks, and you look silly if you're going to let them walk in 2 years over that. But I'd rather look silly than be locked in on somebody and be out of a job in a couple of years because of it.
It's this thing that they say out there in these streets.
People forget how quickly you look silly if you actually fix the problem.
It's this thing that they say out in the streets. They say, are you stupid or are you dumb?
Okay, help me out here.
Are you stupid or are you dumb? Pretty close. but dumb is not admitting that you're stupid, that you did something stupid. So you're dumb because you doubled down on it.
So dumb is doubling down on being stupid.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'm dumb. How about, let's see here, Hank in Queens next on ESPN New York. Hank, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you guys letting me call in. I think the one outlier to all this is that James Dolan poked his head out. I think for years Leon Rhodes was able to run the Knicks as an organization without any interference. And I think he built the team as to what it was. But now you get Dolan coming out, making his statements, talking about how they need to win now. And obviously they do.
But what did he do?
You know, the expectations are there. But at the end of the day, Dolan was the one coming out. Now he's on interviews talking about how Tom Thibodeau wasn't collaborative and everything of that nature. But I think I don't think he needed to be as vocal. I don't think he needs to be as present.
Well, but isn't he trying to protect his new coach? Forget damn your old coach. You burn him to the ground if you need to build up confidence of your new coach. So if he don't come out and say Tom wasn't cooperative, then Mike Brown, they're basically saying that he basically defending Mike Brown by saying that.
No, but I also don't think that it ever really needed to be an issue. I think the Jets and the Knicks kind of flip-flopped in a sense to where the Knicks fired Tibbs with no potential coaching candidates out there, and the Jets didn't fire Glenn with all the candidates out there, right? Like, everybody they went to was, like, outside of Mike Malone, like, Mike Malone was, to me, you had to make that replacement.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody was going to replace Thibodeau, I think that was it.
Now I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one now.
And Bart, like, you're killing Brunson. Look, yeah, okay, maybe the assist numbers aren't there, but I think he gets to the feet. He gets 2 feet in the paint. He makes a good decision damn near 90% of the time he gets there. Like, I don't think I think the assist number is a hard indicator to say, okay, yeah, this guy passed the ball or he doesn't.
What did Phil
don't get?
But what did Phil used to say to Jordan? When you're a baller like that, you're supposed to know when it's time to take over. But you have to get your other guys involved because it helps them. It makes them you getting some shots. It makes you play better defense. It gives you more energy.
You know what this keeps bringing me back to? The force multiplier stuff.
Yes.
Now, in the NBA, is it that same – like, listen, I hate
Jokic is a force multiplier. He gets everybody involved.
Yes, he is. With Brunson, is he supposed to be that if that's never been the game? In other words
but that's the job.
We look at quarterbacks and how they are supposed to be force multipliers and cover up so many more of your problems.
Yep.
Are we asking Brunson to do that? Because, frankly, I think we've seen Brunson cover up a lot of their shortcomings over the last couple of years.
But when we know when it's a big shot, when do anybody else hit a big shot? Because we know that Brunson going to take it. And the other team knows that he's going to take it. Like, you got to give other people opportunities to be great. These are not bad. These are good basketball players. These are proven commodities. You got to give them confidence, man. You got it because when you go against a good team, they're going to be able to take you away, Brunson. You're going to throw the hot potato away at the end, and they're not even going to be used to even taking that shot or had the confidence to take that shot.
Normally I'm not like this, okay? Normally I'm a guy that is very sympathetic or empathetic to the trial of the player, so to speak. In other words, the player is human, and it's an aspect that we all forget, okay? For us, players become about numbers, and those numbers are salaries. And it's just you're either doing it or you're not doing it.
Correct.
Now, I express that empathy toward players because they are human and because, listen, guys can be a certain way. But when you are human in the way that Karl Anthony Towns is kind of acting in this way, I have very little patience for it because it just feels like it's pouting and not directly attacking the situation. And unfortunately, that's the best way these days to get what you want. But if it is quiet quitting is what he is doing. And it's not quitting on the court, don't get me wrong, but it's basically telling the Knicks, I want out through your actions and lack of effort in some time.
But y'all was telling him y'all wanted him out before he even played this year. With the Giannis talk.
But they didn't. It's Giannis.
Don't matter. It's okay.
Giannis.
Is that supposed to make it hurt less?
It should.
Especially when he took you to damn near to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Bart, if you're a competitor, if you're the level of if it was you, okay, and the Jets had been talking about making a trade of you, but it turns out you're going to get a top 3 player in the league. How big of a problem would you have with that?
I still would have been pissed, especially if the player is going to play the same position I play damn near.
But you would have been more motivated than anything else, correct? You wouldn't have been pouting about it.
But if I know it's nothing that I can do and y'all actively trying to get me to move, and if the better Karl Anthony Towns play, the hyper the team is going to be about moving him.
Yeah, my thing is that's almost a compliment. Like, hey, dude.
No, it's not.
So good we're talking about you
No,
being
it's not because
traded for Giannis?
It's not a compliment. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's not just going to be Towns 1-for-1. It's a compliment when Luka Doncic goes for 1-for-1 for Anthony Davis. When we got to throw you in there and 2 other people, they ain't no damn compliment.
Listen.
We got to throw draft picks, people, janitors, the cafeteria omelet cook man. That's a spit in my face.
I'll give you an example. I think I'm pretty good as a play-by-play guy. If you told me Joe Buck got a job over me, okay, I get it. If you told me I was getting traded for Joe Buck, I'd be like, wow, I must be better than I thought.
But if it was Joe Buck, Rick DiPietro, Michael K, me, and Dave.
Well, if I got traded for Rick, I'd be insulted.
You're like, damn. Damn, I
got traded for Rick. It's like, come on, really?
I ain't even put a dent in it.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. What do you got from Samuel? Hit it. Let's go.
Oh, damn. You're going to come in now and hit me out. I've been holding on to this thing forever.
You had it sitting there for a half hour. I finally got to it.
What
did you do? You threw it away?
No, the screen locked.
Well,
look, No, I got it.
Okay.
Look.
Okay.
You got stuff to do.
Phone.
No, you got stuff to do.
Go.
Work, family, in the gym, and the couch, especially if you got a great couch like Chris, very comfy.
Oh, my God.
Sunday and whatever it is, pain shouldn't be the thing that's stopping you. If you got neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or nerve pain is running your life, call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. He's an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and specializes in non-surgical pain relief that gets real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain medication. Just a real plan to get you feeling better. Offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Check them out. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
By the way, you'd be proud of your boy yesterday.
What?
I was sitting on that couch.
Whoa.
I was quite comfortable after the show. And let me tell you something. That couch has been so good. We bought a new couch because we moved into a townhouse. This couch has been so comfortable and so good, just allowing me to sit there and take it all in, man. I've never developed chemistry and a relationship with a couch this quickly as I have with this couch.
How many throw pillows?
There's 4 and 1 big one.
Okay.
All right.
Do you ever bring the pillows from the bedroom out there?
No, not yet. My wife is more of a sleep on the couch person, understandably so. But there are times where my wife cannot get into a zone sleeping, and she needs like a change of scenery.
Right.
Which, again, I don't blame her. But so occasionally that will happen with her. But yesterday afternoon, I would say about 2:30, it was you-know-what cutting time. Because I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm either going to get up, get off my fat ass, and go to the gym.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to keep sitting here. And I got up. And I went. And listen, I'm not going to get too nuts here, okay? I did 40 minutes on the treadmill. That's what I did.
That's what.
And it was just walking.
That's real work.
But it was walking at a north of 3 incline speed, right? Heart rate, doing the whole thing, trying to manage everything right. I get out of there. I'm feeling great. Oh, you went and you did the right thing. Look at you, big man. They said it couldn't be done. They said you wouldn't get up. And by they, I mean those voices in your head. Mm-hmm. And they were wrong because you did that today. And now you're about to go eat. You're going to have what you would think is a reasonably solid dinner.
Yeah.
You're going to have it about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I had chicken meatballs.
Ooh.
I had protein pasta.
Ooh.
And some marinara.
Is that why them traps looking like that today, Shane?
Well, I can tell you this.
Dun, 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 dun,
Today,
dun, dun.
over yesterday, didn't lose a damn pound.
Don't matter.
Son of a mother.
It don't. Listen. It don't kick in to the following week.
Okay, well, today, all I'm telling you is I don't know if that's going to happen today because I am somebody that needs immediate results. And for whatever reason, I'm going to be an advocate of this thing if it continues to go well, of the shot.
Yeah.
Because I'm on Zepbound.
Yeah.
Okay? I've been on it for 3 months. I'm down 22 in 3 months.
Yeah, we talking about.
Okay?
So everything
I'm,
you do.
I'm closing in.
So this extra.
I'm closing in on going below 3. We're in the ballpark.
Wait till we get to that beach bash. Them calves ain't gonna go nowhere. That's pure muscle right there.
One thing I hear though about this Zepbound is, and about these things, there's a little bit of muscle deterioration. So I'm gonna have to get it going.
No. That's why if you're gonna do that, you gotta make sure you're taking your protein shakes and making sure you're getting enough protein so you don't lose the muscle. Just the reverse side.
Okay.
If you see, most people lose muscle. You wanna know why? Because they don't work out while they're using that stuff. So, but if you still putting the protein in there, you growing muscle, you ain't losing muscle because you taking protein, put a little creatine in that thing too, and lift. Take some creatine gummies too.
So I did the Fat Man Walk yesterday.
Yeah.
And I need it. I need to see it. But whatever reason, this I've been on it 3 months. This stuff helps, I think, with your. There are some side effects that have been positive that people have talked about that you wouldn't necessarily expect. I was always a guy. No. No, I wouldn't say constipated. I would say it. Listen, the whole premise behind it is it slows down the digestive system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So there are, how do I put it? You check in a couple of times a week as opposed to more often than that. But then maybe on Saturday, you got a lengthy date.
Yeah.
But anyway, having said that aside, it has been very good, Bart, about me, for whatever reason, not getting caught up in the numbers anymore of it.
Yeah.
Like I have focused, for whatever reason, it has allowed me to focus more on, not even body composition, just about feeling better.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I'm going to worry about, oh, crap, I didn't lose any weight to God. Give me the McDonald's.
So what happens is once you start losing the weight, then you're going to want to feel strong. Like, everybody loves that tightness. Like, when you got a little soreness, but you can feel like you can make a muscle and you touch it and it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Man. And then you're going to say, you know what? I want to get my heart health right. So then now you're going to start jumping rope or something. Man, with them big-ass calves, man, I start jumping rope, man. If you can jump rope, do that and just –
listen.
I jump rope for 15 minutes. I have a whole jump rope type of thing.
Well, what I was doing yesterday is a little more shoveling, and that snow was heavier.
Yeah, you better get that heart. Yeah, you better get that heart in shape.
After about 5 or 6 shovels, my heart's beating like a rabbit.
Where's the robot? Get me the robot.
I'll give you the $5,000 right now.
Can I make payments? Put it on a firm.
Let's hit it. Pat, New York City is next. ESPN New York. Pat, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What do you got?
I appreciate the Brunson talk. You were saying about personal players and personalities. Like, is this a thing where these guys are two prima donnas and they're just not, coexisting?
I don't think it's that. Listen, it's not like these guys haven't been together for a few years.
I don't think Cat cares about. It's not a Brunson thing. It's a Mike Brown. Like, he has to get in shape, he has to touch this, and he's not getting the touches. Like, everybody loves, like, when they're featured in the offense. Like, we've seen this in certain defenses. We've seen this in certain offenses in football. Like, A.J. Brown, right? A.J. Brown was balling before Saquon came. He getting the ball all he wants. Saquon come, now I don't get the ball. We still winning, but I want to eat too. I want to contribute. So that's the kind of thing, that's the balance that you have, right? Some guys rather be the star and win and lose rather than not be the star and lose. And win. So that's kind of what you have too. Ego is a big part of it, especially when he knows that he was a bigger part of the plan last year.
Yeah, Mike Brown's got to be a better leader.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Well, listen, I think that's part of it, okay? But what happened,
and
Bart?
maybe it should have been Malone.
But Bart,
by the way, should have been Malone. By the way.
Okay, I don't disagree with that. I think Mike Malone's a really good coach. What I look at though is why is it that for the first month and a half of the season, at least, it looked like they were enjoying themselves and they actually liked playing in the system more.
Everybody but Cat. Remember, Cat was always saying, "I'm trying to find my way. I'm trying to find my way."
He said he was trying to find his way, but he didn't seem like he was this. Like he's hit a wall now.
Because it hasn't changed. Like, yeah, first off, like we went in, like, yeah, I ain't getting what I want, but, it's going to get better once I figure it out. It ain't changing. Like, hold up, bro. When is it going to change?
How about Derek in Hillside, New Jersey? Next, ESPN New York. Derek, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? Thank you for having me on. Appreciate everything you guys do. My dad put me up on this radio station.
What?
Oh, man.
Derek.
We got to let D come back, man.
We will let him come back. You there, D?
Let him circle the block, man. He says Dad put him on, man. He down like 4 flats now.
All right, I put him on hold for a minute, Tom. We'll check and see if he checks back.
He ain't
and if he doesn't, we'll get him back
in. You know what I'm saying?
We'll get him back in.
He love hearing about the shot and the calves and the couch.
People, listen, I know people are – Black Kev is with us, or just
What's
Kev.
Up?
He's next.
Black
Hi,
to the blizzard Cav. He might be flush Cav if he's out there having to shovel that snizzo.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Like I said, these people out here, they did all the work for me out here. I can take care of their electric with no problem, so I'm good. I ain't got to shovel a doggone thing.
That's what I'm talking about, Cav. You living the good life.
But one of the things I said before, Bart, you were 100% correct. I'm not even going to go too deep into the whole with the Jalen Brunson thing. You, another gentleman earlier on, y'all understand exactly the issues when it comes to Brunson or whatever. And I like Brunson, but I see the bigger picture when it comes to him. And I know we're not going to go but so far as long as he continues playing the way he is. But nobody seems to be sitting down there going and looking at Leon Rose. I'm telling you right now, I have a problem with a lot of the things that Leon Rose has done. Yeah, he got Brunson at a if you want to say a discount rate or whatever, but he was smart enough to take the money. I understood that or whatever. Yeah. I can't understand the Mikal. I'm still trying to figure out the Mikal Bridges part of this whole thing.
You talk about doubling down on stupid.
Yeah, he's Daniel Jones in basketball shorts. That's all this is. Daniel Jones had that thing, and then all of a sudden, we got to bring him back. We got to bring him back.
Because we gave up 5 picks.
Like, go ahead.
It's because they gave up 5 picks.
Exactly. Yeah, you gave up 5 picks, and I don't think anybody else would have ever have done that. Then you legitimately did the whole Evan Fournier. He went out there and got like Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, Nerlens Noel. You see how those things worked out. He doesn't take any slings and arrows for those things or whatever. Yabusele now, Jordan Clarkson. People, guys, you got to understand. Do not let Leon Rose off the hook for some of the things that a number of the best.
I like Jordan Clarkson. I like Jordan Clarkson, though. I like Jordan Clarkson.
I agree. But I think he'll be a bigger factor later.
But Black Cav, like, the only way to make it right, you think that maybe a guy like Jared, if they can get Jared Jackson, and that's like getting a discount player, because Cat's numbers are only going to keep going up, and he's going to want a new contract anyway. But you get a guy like Jared, now you can win with Jalen Brunson, because now he's the only liability. You don't have 2 liabilities.
All right, Derek's back. Let's get him back in Hillside. What's up, D?
What's going on, guys? I don't know what happened last time, but I'm happy you guys got me back on. My dad put me up on this radio station a long time ago, and now that he's gone, it's like I listen to the radio station just to get a little piece of him back.
Appreciate that.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
We're with you. We're with you. All right, go ahead.
We lost him again. Man, he must got T-Mobile.
Is Dad cutting off? There he is. We lost you there. Restart your thought.
You got T-Mobile or something, man? What you got, Nokia?
Yeah, it's that T-Mobile, bro. It's that T-Mobile, bro. So, yeah, I was
Billy
thinking
Bob
about,
doing
like,
you wrong.
If they're going to go away from Carl, which I think is a bad idea, but if they're going to go away from Carl, let's think about trying to get Denny Avia while he's hot. You know what I mean? Try to get him to New York with a Drew Holiday or something. Or trade him to, like, a New Orleans for a Herb Jones and Trey Murphy.
Yeah,
the Knicks,
man.
They just can't make good decisions, man. Like, I feel like they messed this thing up a long time ago by retaining Josh Hart and now bringing back Dante DiVincenzo. Josh Hart can't spread. He can't stretch the floor for you. Yeah, he does a lot on the basketball court, but he can't stretch the floor, and that's what they need right now. It's part of the reason why they having struggles offensively.
Yeah, I feel like if you were going to keep DiVincenzo, he was going to give you, above 35%, 33%, 3-point shooting. He's going to give you the same toughness, but I feel like OG can give you the same thing that Josh Hart gives you. That grittiness, that griminess, and still scoring. They got too many liabilities at times. Hart's supposed to be a glue guy, but they paying him too much to be a glue guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. And it comes back to the Bridges thing again. Like that contract.
I like the trade. I like the Herb Jones and Trey Murphy now.
Mm.
No, Herb Jones is
I know it's
defender.
just
and that's 2 for 1.
No,
right? Because we got to get 2 for 1 for Giannis, but if you can get 2 for 1 and get 2 players that fit, see, it's not about the collection of players; it's about how they fit together.
No, I agree. I 100% agree in how they fit together being the biggest issue. It's what I'm bothered by right now is we have just gone into this funk, and it's everybody else's fault for Towns. That's what I'm bothered by. Figuring out better ways in the midst of trying to get what you want. The way to get what you want now is just sit in a funk and live in it until they do what you want.
I am so happy that we get Bobby Marks to come in to make it all make sense.
He will be with us at noon today.
I want to get him to say that he will start his organization with Cade Cunningham before Jalen Brunson. I want him to put it on wax so then you can't question me any damn mo.
Can you do me a favor?
Huh?
Can you just wait till the end of the interview to give me that one?
Listen,
let's not start it that way.
No, that's my last question.
Yep.
And you got to permit me the opportunity before you say goodbye to ask the question.
I will. I promise I will. Bobby, thanks. We'll see you. Appreciate it. Oh, Bart, I'm sorry. I forgot. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Calling all Hoops fans. Get off the bench and onto the court for another exciting basketball season with BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today and make your bets. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 7 o'clock, Devils facing off against the Winnipeg Jets. 7:30, Knicks hosting the Sacramento Kings. Coverage begins 7 o'clock right here on 880 ESPN, the ESPN New York app. At 9, Nets visiting the Phoenix Suns. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Bartholomew, as always, it is time for Audio Files.
The Audio File.
Tom Bauer is here on a Tuesday. This is new. Better get used to it. Tom Bauer here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Monday through Friday. It's going to be it's an adjustment period. Hello, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, Chris. I'm doing absolutely wonderful.
What's going on? What do we got?
Well, we're going to talk more about the Knicks. We've got Bobby Marks again coming up at noon, as Bart wonderfully teased for us in the last segment. But right now, I'm going to look back on what Ian Begley had to say about the Knicks on DiPietro and Rothenberg this morning. A lot of the discussion is going to be what the Knicks are doing at the deadline. A lot of that's going to revolve around the big fish. That's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Ian, will Giannis be on the Knicks by the start of next season?
I would say that they would make a strong run, and I think that this is obvious, but I think it's worth saying. If Giannis is not moved here at the deadline, I think the Knicks and other teams would operate with the idea that they would go back after him in the offseason, because everybody thinks it's just a matter of when and not if on Giannis leaving Milwaukee. So, yeah, I think the Knicks would go hard after Giannis if they did not reach their ultimate goal this season. I just think about Miami, and I think that in talking to people, I think they're pretty well positioned down there to make a strong run at Giannis too. So if I'm a Knicks fan and I'm thinking about Antetokounmpo and getting him to New York, I'd be wary of Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and those guys in Florida, because I think they're going to be also aggressive in pursuing Giannis when it comes to that point.
I got two things here for you. Number one, do you see a scenario where Giannis kind of runs into what Dame Lillard ran into? In other words, Dame said he wanted to be in Miami. They traded him to Milwaukee. right?
Yeah.
Does Giannis run into a scenario where he says he wants to be in New York and he tells him that, but they actually trade him somewhere else?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Milwaukee owes Giannis a little bit because he brought him a championship. But at the end of the day, they got to do what's best for Milwaukee. And if they can send him to the Spurs and get back picks, and it's up to the other guys to figure out how to make it work. I mean, they have to spend the money. In my opinion, they have to spend the money to make sure that the picks are there. And that's why people are saying Portland Trailblazers, because they own a lot of the Milwaukee Bucks picks to give back to them all the picks that they lost for the trades and the moves that they made. Remember the trades that they made for Dame Lillard to try and get them back. And that may be a team that's willing to eat some contracts. And so you always need that team that got good salary cap space that can absorb, that doesn't know they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
The one thing I'll say about Miami is that Miami has missed out on the big fish a lot.
Yeah.
Since LeBron in those years, you look at all the big guys that they have tried to go and get, it has not worked. And part of it is that Miami values their guys more so than other people do. Let's not get lost in what Tyler Hero is. Okay.
Yeah, well, I think Tyler Hero is on the block potentially for Ja Morant. That's kind of, remember, Ja reportedly bought a house in Miami maybe 2 weeks ago. You don't go buy a house in Miami because you plan on looking for a vacation house in the offseason.
I mean, Stephen A. did.
Yeah. Trying to avoid demand on that one.
6 months and 1 day. I know people who do it. Anyway, I'm not saying it's him. Next.
One more from Ian for right now. What's going on with the big man for the Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns?
Partially, I think, a comfort level with the new offense, his new role in Mike Brown's offense. Partially, it's foul trouble, which is something that you last year with Towns, but he was so good offensively, playing at an all-NBA level, shooting the ball so well that you kind of were able to gloss over it, but now it's happening almost nightly, and it's impacting the team. So I think that those two factors are at play, but it's up to the Knicks, it's up to Mike Brown, it's up to, I would say, the front office even to figure it out and to get Karl Towns back to where he was last season, because they need that player if they're going to go where they want to go, which is NBA Finals and winning the championship.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. So is it just as simple as concessions now needing to be made in the offense and working more toward Towns? Do you think that solves the problem?
Yeah, I think, he has to have a reality check and realize that it's not going to go exactly the way that he wants it, and it's got to be some give and pull. And Brunson has to. I keep saying Brunson. Brunson has to do a job as the leader of that team. He won't call the meeting. He has to do a better job in the team and self-reflect and say, hey, maybe I can do some things better as well on my end so that I can make him feel more comfortable. You know what I mean? I can make Karl feel more comfortable. I can get him involved. Like, you got to be a psychologist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like what Jordan did with Rodman. It's what Isaiah did with Rodman, and being able to control temperamental, sensitive people, fragile egos. You know what I mean? That's your job as the point guard. That's your job as the quarterback. That's why you get the big bucks. That's why you get all the credit. You got to be able to adjust to that.
He's gonna. At some point, if I'm Brunson, I get that's part of the job, but the job is, he's not Steve Nash. He's not. Like, he is a guy that is a score first guy, and that's just his game. I think that's where he's best set up. You want to try to sacrifice some of that to make everybody else happy,
but we've seen him do it.
Yeah.
When he was in Dallas, he wasn't allowed to shoot all the shots.
Well, they had Luka.
My point.
He didn't touch the ball enough to even get a chance to do it.
In those playoffs, his impact was still felt.
Next.
So now we're going to move on a little bit toward the New York Jets here, because there's some interesting conversations that could be had between, let's say, Aaron Glenn and his potential hirees. So, Connor Hughes of SNY, he is reporting that for offensively, it looks like it could be Frank Reich. He could end up as the offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. In terms of the whole Wink Martindale of it all, he's still the favorite. That's what Rich Cimini told us That's what he told us on the station. But for right now, let's stick with the offense. Frank Reich. I'm having a word salad moment right
What's
now.
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
No. Frank Reich's the coach, and
guy stroking out in there.
Now we have Aaron Glenn, who is having some reservations.
Yes, and we're going to hear about those right now from Connor Hughes while I hopefully decompose myself from the stroke that's going on.
You just had a mild seizure. Stroke. It's okay.
Here we go.
I've talked to people and seen the messages where they have talked directly to Tanner, and Tanner has said, I'm not going to be calling plays in 2026. So that is the expectation. So who are you going to go out there and get? And Frank Wright is the name, as we first reported. Like, that was one that we've heard over and over and over again. I think that's probably going to end up getting done, and he's going to be the veteran that comes in here to call plays. But, like, you're talking about a guy that didn't call plays in Philly, didn't work in Indianapolis, and now has been at Stanford the last couple of years. The same thing with Wink. Like, you're replacing your defensive coordinator. You're bringing on Wink. A big reason why you're hiring Wink Martindale, and you didn't get the big name coordinators that are out there, like the John Gannons or any of the Raheem Morrises or any of the big name defensive coordinating possibilities that are out there, is because people right now don't want to work for the Jets. This isn't considered a desirable destination.
So we're taking away any credit that Reich got in Philadelphia?
Yeah,
How did he get a head coaching job out of it?
Because that's what reporters do. They try and throw hot water on it because it's the favorable thing to do. Wink Martindale is just as good as Jonathan Gannon, as seasoned as Jonathan Gannon. Like, Jonathan Gannon won a Super Bowl with a pretty loaded damn roster on the defensive side of the football. Like, we saw Wink in that same thing without as much talent, still have good productivity, there. So, like, don't throw hot water on it. Wink may be like, somebody that was out of football, but he chose to be out of football.
It feels like the Jets are probably going to go 1 for 2 between Wink and Reich. Does that feel right?
Well, that depends on if Aaron Glenn wants to say, hey, if I'm going down with the ship my way. Or is he going to say, hey, I'm going to continue to be the leader of the team, and I'm going to allow these guys to do their job because I trust that they can do their job because it's proven. See, like Wilkes didn't prove it that he could do his job. He had got let go from his last 5 spots. One and done, last 5 spots. This isn't the narrative about Wink. Nobody has any reservation about the ability of Wink to do the job. They have the ability to see if he can get along in the sandbox.
Well, instead of our last one, Bart.
Can't wait.
We've got some breaking news.
Breaking news?
Tom Bauer, what's our breaking news?
Well, gentlemen, the Buffalo Bills have a new head coach. His name, Joe Brady. They're promoting the offensive coordinator.
Wow.
5-year deal for Brady and the Bills.
5-year deal for Joe Brady? That sounds pretty wet rag.
What that sounds like is that whole thing is being run by Brandon Beane. He has got everyone, pardon the metaphor, snowed up there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But if you're hiring Joe Brady, and it's not a knock on Brady.
Allen, too.
Listen, Josh Allen, I'm sure, wanted a big part of it, too, whether it was – and I don't blame them because everybody wants to credit Dable for Josh Allen. Just remember, he didn't stop turning the ball over until somebody else was the OC. So remember that. But secondly, I don't hate the hire. It's just showing us exactly who's in charge up there. Yeah. Brandon Beane is trying to become Howie Roseman. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
We'll
see. 5-year deal. That's a long deal for a first-time head coach. I would have gave him a 4-year deal where I can get out of it in 3.
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $189 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM844-681. MSRP $29,075. Zero security deposit. Ends 2/2/26.
It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff, the final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. This is Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. And get this, if you're a new customer, all you have to do is bet $5, and you'll get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same-game parlay, make it count. Because after the Super Bowl, the season's over, and football is officially done, so this This is your last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
We are back, and we are looking at a pretty lopsided matchup, Jim.
That's right, Ron. I mean, in one corner, we've got a 175-pound guy, and in the other, a 6,000-ton heavyweight train.
Jim, this guy has no idea what he's getting himself into.
It's no contest. Every day, people tempt fate and die trespassing on railroad tracks. See tracks? Think train.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
So now that Joe Brady has become the Bills head coach, if you're just joining us, that news just broke a few minutes ago. Bart, we had 10 coaching openings, right?
Yep.
Giants, Falcons, Dolphins, Titans, Ravens, Steelers have all filled their jobs with coaches. Is it any shock that the 3 jobs that are left are the Browns, the Cardinals, and the Raiders?
No. Let me tell you something. Do you hear what the Browns are doing? About the exam?
No.
That they tell them to write an essay and an exam.
I'm not taking the damn SATs here. What are we doing? We're write an essay and an exam?
Read up on what they're asking their candidates to do. They're asking them to do an essay, an exam. Mentor is like, bro, I'm not, man, bye.
How would Jim Schwartz not throw that back in somebody's face and be like, essay? Kiss my blanket.
Well, like maybe Schwartz don't have to do it. It's going to end up being Schwartz, man. He's the only one that'll take that job, and maybe Todd Monken, right? Which directly
well, but it sounded
affects.
like yesterday that Monken was not one of the two finalists. That Schwartz was one of the two, and the other was that guy Shieldhouse, who was
From
at
the Rams?
the Rams. Yeah.
Why you just want to keep getting young coaches that you don't even?
I don't know. Here's the point, though. The three least desirable jobs are the three jobs that are left and open right now.
I mean, it looks like Mike McDaniel's going to maybe one for the Raiders, though. That's one to watch, and he gets to pick his own quarterback.
Well, but they announced yesterday that McDaniel got announced yesterday as the Chargers coordinator.
Yeah, of course. But remember, he said if he got a head coaching job.
No, I think he's there now. I think that's it. Like he's
no. He said he would take a job. But if a head coaching job comes, why wouldn't he want to take the Raiders with Mendoza? He has Bowers, and he can draft, and he got draft equity.
No, I know. I don't think it's the thing anymore of if he gets a head coaching job. I don't think he's taking any of those three jobs if they were offered. So he's hired. Like they put him out there on social media yesterday, and he's wearing a Chargers thing, and it's not AI. Like he was talking.
Oh, that's interesting, though.
So I don't think McDaniel, I think it would have been if one of those other jobs was one that he wanted, once it got filled, then he ended up going somewhere else.
The Bills was the only thing that was out there that was worth taking.
Well, I mean, he might have been in for the Ravens before they did Minter last week. Like, he might have been holding it out a little bit.
I got you.
But they were still, up until, over the weekend, they were saying what you were saying. But then, yesterday, late in the afternoon, he's our coordinator.
Tell me this. Does this potentially signal that people aren't as high on Mendoza as a prospect as maybe we are?
I think it has more to do with the Raiders.
I mean, but it's Tom Brady. It's going to be a 5-year deal.
Yep.
And you know that it's going to be big-time money. And you know you got security for at least 3 years or at least 2. And you're going to have your own quarterback. And you have the best pass-catching tight end in all of football. I think Crosby gets traded. You know what I mean? And I think they do a full reload over there. But, man, that's telling me if we thought that Mendoza was Justin Herbert, if we thought he was Matt Ryan, what offensive coach wouldn't want to start with that piece of clay to say, hey, I can win with this and I can win a Super Bowl with this once we build around this guy in a couple years? So that tells me that maybe people ain't as high on him as maybe we were because we were fanboying up during the playoffs.
See, I think it just has to do with trust in the organization. That's
it. I mean, quarterback.
Look at the history of it. No. They're paying three coaches now.
But listen, generational talent at quarterback transcends organization. It don't matter. If you got that, I mean, outside of Matthew Stafford, when you think about you having a bad organization, that's because they haven't had a franchise quarterback. If you think this guy is one of those Hall of Fame type of quarterbacks, did that stop? We didn't worry about Joe Burrow.
No, we didn't.
And even before that, we didn't worry about Carson Palmer. We figured, hey, Carson Palmer, he's a hell of a player. He made Marvin Lewis and made them into perennial winners.
Well, I would agree that I don't think people see Fernando Mendoza as Joe Burrow.
That's what I'm saying. I think this is – I don't even think they see him as Matt Ryan. They might see him as Kirk Cousins.
So what you're saying is, and this is fair, he's not enough to supersede any of those other issues.
Correct.
Right? A lot of people might look at him and say, oh, if I get this guy, then I'm not worried about all the other stuff. I'll make it all work.
Yeah. So exactly. Like, man, I got him and a hell of a tight end, and I got a pocket full of money to spend, and I don't have a bunch of money tied into anybody but Max Crosby, who I can trade and get 2 first-round draft picks.
David and Elizabeth has been very patient today. David, what's going on, bud? How are you?
What's going on, fellas? We're back to work. So since we're back to work, let's get back at it. So two things real quick. Bart, I'm not going to argue with you. Cade Cunningham, like we said, is box office. The only 2 things I think he has over Brunson is the assist, and he plays better defense, and he gets his team involved. Yes, you're correct. Brunson assist numbers should go up, and he should get guys more involved to, get Cat more shots and, this, that, and the third. The whole Cat thing, man, is a big question mark. I don't know what to do. I'm going to be honest. If it was me, I'd pull the trigger for Giannis. I'd just try to do it as smart as possible, as best as possible sometime this year. If you got to wait till next year, I don't know. Things might fall apart or whatever. And the last thing I want to say is this with the whole Glenn thing. Bro, which one is it? Yo, yesterday was the whole Wink thing and Frank Reich thing. Now you're talking about, you know what? I might be calling the plays. Yo, they looked up your statistics. You're not that guy. Dan Campbell covered a lot of your mistakes, not on the defensive end, just period with the whole success thing, and it makes Aaron Glenn look like he has success. Yo, Glenn, man, I ain't going to hold you. Them pointing out what they pointed out, I don't think you should call the plays. I don't know, man. Like, not for nothing. Every week, don't you see, like, he's not the guy, bro. Hands down, he's just not. I'm sorry. Appreciate it, gentlemen.
No problem, D.
He's got to be a leader. I think he should go get one of these guys that can jumpstart, and you don't have to worry about Wink going somewhere if he's successful to try and be a head coach. I think Wink understands that, man, that window is closed.
I think Wink would want to be a highly paid defensive coordinator. Like if Wink was Jeff Stoutland as the Eagles making a few million a year as an offensive line coach, I think he'd be fine with that.
Living in New York, drinking some brewskis off the Hudson River,
I think he'd be all right with that. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York Power Hour on the way.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Who's ready to hit the ice? Get ready for another exciting hockey season with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night. Don't miss any of the action on the ice by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today and make your bets. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards may vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang!
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
It is noon on Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page, where you should be watching, where you should be subscribing to the channel and being very active in your participation in the show by leaving comments over on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. In 20 seconds, Bobby Marks, ESPN NBA front office insider, joins us. But first, it is Bart's got to remind us, what is it?
It's the power hour, 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 hour.
I don't know how you don't strain yourself.
Well, I was trying to go for 21, which was the ranking of Brunson in assists.
in assists. Let's bring in Bobby. He, of course, Bobby Marks, ESPN NBA front office insider. He's got a couple of things up on ESPN.com that you're going to want to check out. Number one, what should the Bucks do with Giannis? That's a big story that he's got up there right now. And number two, kind of a primer leading up to the deadline for all 30 teams in the NBA and what they can and cannot do. Bobby, it's Chris and Bart. We appreciate it as always. How you doing?
I'm good, guys. You know, nothing like a little 15,000 words of easy reading over the next couple of days, right? So if you're home and you have nothing to do, here you go for you.
Yeah, if you're locked down in the snow, Bobby's providing it for you. That's for sure. All right, so let's start here on the Giannis front.
Sure.
Overall, just kind of handicap for me the chances of Giannis getting moved, and whether it's this offseason and whether it's actually had the timeline sped up a little bit to before the deadline.
I think if there's movement, it would be in the off season here. I don't think there's anything wrong with Milwaukee engaging with teams to see what offers could be in the next, I guess, 10 days here as far as what you're looking for, and you kind of collect those notes and you put it away and then you revisit in the off season here. I think that's if you're in the Bucks front office, that's probably the direction you're taking. I think if you are not going to do anything, I think it's unlikely you'll see Giannis for the rest of the year if I was in that front office, because here's your opportunity to get a really good lottery pick. And he's had 2 calf injuries to the same calf in a span of 7 weeks here. So yeah, I think you are engaged. You should be engaging with teams to see what's out there, and I think you revisit in the off season when you get closer to the lottery and you get closer to in free agency, because eventually, like, he could say that he's never going to ask to be traded, and that's fine. I don't think it means anything because he's eligible to sign an extension, and if he's not willing to sign an extension with them, then you have to be proactive. In that front office there.
Well, that's a wet blanket. Like, where's the assignment?
Trades are hard. Bart, trades are, at this time, I know we saw Luka in a lot of those big trades.
Yes.
Trades are hard, especially for a New York team, because, like, if you're the Knicks, okay, and you're going to trade, let's say, a combination of Towns, OG, Bridges, and Hart, okay? So let's say 2 out of those 4 players that are going. He's going to be out for the next 6 weeks. You were trading 2 core pieces here. I'd rather go to play with what I've got right now than the unknown of when Giannis comes back and what he looks like, and it's going to cost you at least 2 players here. So I think that would be my approach if I was in the Knicks front office. If he does, if they do engage with teams here and stuff like that, I just think the trade deadline is not the halfway point of the season. The trade deadline is we've probably got 25, 30 games left in the season here. It's hard to make these big trades here and try to get to an NBA Finals.
Well, with that being said, it seems like Giannis is going to hold a lot of teams up because how can you not want to get him and hold off? So that means maybe Miami says, well, hey, we'd rather try and get Giannis instead of trying to get Ja Morant. Maybe Atlanta says, hey, we hold off on trying to get Anthony Davis. And it also seems that everybody that's available that we thought was going to be potentially moved is injured.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a great point.
And how is that affecting the potential trade market? And what's some smaller trades? Like, would it be – I think I saw something. I was just reading around.
Sure.
Jaren Jackson for maybe Karl Anthony Towns because his value has to be tanking, as somebody that, can – I think he can opt out or he's due for another contract in 2 years going up to $61 million. So as far as the Knicks, how is his value and his – unhappiness, his unhappiness with the Knicks affecting potentially his trade value even in the offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start with the first part. I do think the injuries to Morant and Butler, not that they were entertaining to move Jimmy Butler and Anthony Davis, and certainly with Giannis, some of those players, I think that is holding up a lot of the marketplace. I mean, usually we see an uptick in the last week. I think there's almost 80% of trades happen in the last week of leading up to the deadline here. So yeah, that's a hold up there as far as why it's so slow right now. I think regarding Towns, eventually New York's going to have to make a decision with Karl Anthony Towns, whether it be, I don't think it's going to be in the next 10 days, but it's going to be in the off season. I think, how far this team goes, and here's a player that's eligible for an extension for up to $275. I would certainly not want to be in that position to go in that direction here. Can you let him play out the last, potentially last year of his contract? I think he's got a player option for that last year. So a decision eventually is coming. As I said, I don't think it's going to be in by the 5th of February here, but I do think it will be in the offseason. I think if you're in Memphis, Jaren Jackson Jr. just signed a big deal. He's on for 4 more years after this year. I don't think that I would go and get into the Karl Anthony Towns market, especially when I have a player under contract in Jackson who's got 4 more years left, and then I'm basically in the same position where New York is, having to figure out what the cost is going to be to extend him.
Bobby Marks is with us, ESPN NBA front office insider. How do you evaluate the Towns situation as a whole? Because it's clear that he is not thrilled with the way things have fit offensively, and some things are suffering on the defensive end as a result.
Yeah, I mean, watch the game on Saturday. They were a better team without him. I mean, they were better with Mitch out there, and I know they went small at the end with the guards, and OG, I guess, played 5 for you. I just think they give you, and that certainly could change. Hopefully it does change for them over the next 30, 40 games here, but they've been better with Mitchell Robinson out there. Certainly Karl's numbers offensively, you can maybe say the coaching change, but we're already, 40, 45 games into the season here, are down defensively. I think there's somewhat of a liability there, and I think, you're still learning who Mike Brown is as a head coach here. But yeah, they, that's probably one of the biggest questions that we probably didn't think would be coming into this season here, is that are you going, and then you add the Mitch situation too, who could be a free agent. Can you afford keeping Mitch and Karl down the road here? It's something probably for the offseason here. But yeah, I mean, based off, remove the Brooklyn game because that was such a blowout. But what I saw in Philadelphia here for the time that Mitch was out there, I liked what I saw better than what I saw with Karl out there.
Now, one of the most controversial moves that, fans always call up about is them doubling down on paying Mikal Bridges because of what they gave up from draft equity, feeling like they had to pay him. Should they have paid that out, or is that so far looking like it's a great return on investment?
Yeah, it's because at the time the Bridges number was a lot lower than what the extension number is. I think it was at 24, and I think next year is at like $35 million. I always say every trade, you can't really line up every trade to compare with Cleveland gave up for Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert, and I think what we saw with Orlando this summer with Desmond Bane, them giving up 4 first-round picks for him, it's kind of similar. Everything is situational here. The Brooklyn picks, the picks that are in Brooklyn's hands haven't really turned into anything yet. We don't know about that. But, yeah, I mean, I think to get something, you have to give up something. It's put them a little bit, handicapped as far as what they can trade because they don't have really any first to put out in a deal. You've got some seconds and everything like that. But, yeah, I mean, anytime you're moving multiple first, in this case, I think there's 4, it's a big risk. And if it doesn't work out, then you are, certainly behind the 8 ball here.
Bobby Marks, ESPN NBA front office insider. I want to go back to Giannis for a minute.
Sure.
How much harder, Bobby, does it become when a player expresses what they want? Like and I'll just put this in terms of Dame Lillard. Bart and I were talking about this earlier. Dame Lillard clearly wanted to go to Miami, and he ends up getting traded to Milwaukee after, I'll go to Milwaukee. But he wanted to get out. Does Giannis, as we all believe, expressing an interest, like I only want to go to New York, can he end up in that kind of a situation in the offseason where it's like, well, no, that's actually not what's going to happen and he's going to have to settle somewhere else? Or will somebody like Giannis ultimately still dictate where they go?
Yeah, I think there's multiple ways you can look at it. You can do that, and we saw that with Carmelo. This was a long time ago, back in 2011, and Giannis can say, I only want to go play with New York, and Milwaukee will say, well, how are you going to get there? Because if you become a free agent in 2027, I'm looking at your books right now, they're not going to be able to sign him outright here. So I do think, but then there's a risk as far as, a team trading for him with a year left, and is he willing to extend? How much do you have to give up to get him? Is it worth the 1 year and everything like that? So I think there's a lot of ways to play it out. Rarely, I was talking with somebody yesterday, but rarely in this day and age we see players actually getting to free agency anymore. So I would say wherever he's traded to, I would say there's the more likelihood that he will extend with them. I mean, maybe he gets retraded again if he doesn't want to do that here. But, yeah, I mean, I think it was a little bit different in 2011 because the rules were different as far as players trying to force their way to that team. Nowadays, I do think teams are open-minded as far as where you want to go. And I do think you have to also look and listen, he won a championship for you in Milwaukee. You are trying to help him out a little bit. There's a lot of goodwill there. But you're also looking at what you can get in return if you're the Bucks.
Yeah, if I'm looking at the Spurs and looking at all the assets they have to try and see if I can grab some of those talented young players.
It's interesting, Bart. It's the more you talk to, and I don't want to put myself in the Spurs organization. I don't know if they would trade either of those young players for him.
Really?
I don't know if Atlanta would trade the potential number one pick for him. I think the more teams you talk to, and not those teams directly, but what the package might look like, I think would surprise a lot of people.
Is it the age and the body?
I think there's the age. I think there's some wear and tear. I think the ability to pay a player $75 million, what's left of your roster, too. I think that will be a somewhat of a concern here. I think if your team's out there, you're trying to hedge your bets a little bit where you still have enough to go out and compete for a championship.
Now, if the Knicks don't get to a finals, this would be a failure. Are we surprised that they hit their first turbulence, but right now they're fourth, and it's looking like Boston is, thriving underneath Jaylen Brown, and we see what the Pistons is doing as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think Boston is a surprise. I think certainly with no Tatum, Holiday, and Porzingis, and has good Jalen has been be able to carry that. I still listen. If they're fourth, or if New York is fourth or third, I would give them as good of a chance of any of these teams to get out of the Eastern Conference. I still believe in that. Now you got to figure out defensively kind of who you are, because prior to the last two games, you're second to last in defensive efficiency here, and what's the right mix as far as what your lineups are Of course, I think it would be a failure if you don't get to an NBA Finals because you fired a coach in Tibbs and you lose, prematurely here, and you're basically built to win now, and then you basically have to kind of reevaluate as far as who you are in the offseason here. I think Mike Brown is still learning who this roster is. I said it the other night, and when they played Philly, that lineup that closed, the small guards and OG, that's the first time that group has played together all season here. So I do think he's still trying to experiment with right combinations based on circumstances here. I do expect them to turn around. Is it enough to get you to 2? Could be. And then you'd have home court basically throughout the playoffs until you get to a conference finals.
Bobby, Bart has been dying to ask you a question all day. I could have wrapped this up. I could have not given him a chance to.
Yes.
But here he is. I'm going to give him this opportunity to do just that. Go ahead.
Sure.
Now, Bobby, I'm a Detroit Pistons fan.
I know you are.
And I take a lot of arrows, sitting up here standing up for my Pistons. I said earlier this year that if I was starting my franchise, that I would start it with Cade Cunningham over Jalen Brunson.
I think I might have said the same thing on NBA Today in April last year, and I think Michael Wilbon looked at me like, "Are you crazy?" and stuff like that. And listen,
you're a genius, Bobby.
They
should appreciate it.
I love big guards. I mean, I love Cade's a big guard, man. I love a guy that can control the game. I am a huge Cade Cunningham fan. I don't want to make the New York Knicks fans angry with me.
Just blame it on me.
I can see where you're going with it, and I would not disagree with you with that sentiment as far as what organization, who you would start with either player.
And what I love here is that very, very quietly there, Bobby just outbarted Bart by saying, "Yeah, I said that last spring."
No, I mean, listen, I think I said it after they had won in New York in one of those games, and then New York goes out and wins the rest of the season. Hey, Detroit is a terrific story. They are a good team. They are probably the most consistent team in the Eastern Conference. Will be interesting if they do anything in the next 10 days. I think they need a little bit another
more
playmaker with that group or another shooter and everything like that. But I love what Jalen Duren's done this year, and JB is a terrific coach. And for me, they're the favorite in the Eastern Conference just because they've been the most consistent.
You think they hold on to Jaden Ivey, or is he a piece that can bring something back? Does he fit, or is he great coming off the bench?
I think, he's a free agent in the offseason. He's battled through some injuries here. I think that would be the piece if you're looking to move something to try to get something because it always, listen, as I said today, it's the first time they've had all 4 first-round picks to trade since 2020. So you got the picks first and second. You've got the contracts to go out and do something. If you don't do anything, there's nothing wrong with that. We've seen a lot of good teams not do anything at the deadline and go pretty far in the playoffs.
Bobby, great stuff. We appreciate it, and thank you for indulging Bart.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Bobby Marks, great insight. And again, go check out his 2 stories. He's got What Should the Bucks Do with Giannis? That's up on ESPN.com. And also the primer for the NBA trade deadline does a fantastic job as ESPN's NBA front office insider. Are you happy?
Yeah, I feel vindicated. Basically. He would have gloated more if he didn't want to. He got to walk through these city streets, so he kept it mild mannered.
Can't wait. A
little more breaking news. So if I told you the breaking news last hour was that Joe Brady was becoming the Buffalo Bills head coach,
yes.
What do you think the breaking news has something to do with this hour?
Brian Daboll going to Philadelphia to be the offensive coordinator.
Close. Brian Daboll going to Tennessee to be the offensive coordinator under Bob Saleh. How about that?
The New York guys coming together, man. What's it called? Super Friends? Remember the Super Friends?
Can we call these the mediocre friends? That's kind of what it was.
He going to go there to work with Cam. But this is great for Saleh because remember he had –
Tom just told – oh, my God.
Because he had LaFleur.
No. Tom just told me it's contingent upon him not getting the Raiders job. Like, he'll be the offensive coordinator in Tennessee if he doesn't get the Raiders head coaching job.
Well, with Mike McDaniel not being there anymore, well, listen, either way, I mean, you talk about attitude and fire on the sideline, and I think if I'm Saleh, I'm calling the plays this year. And I feel like I can call the plays because I know I don't have to worry about Brian Daboll. He's going to handle the offense. He's going to develop Cam Ward. And they got a lot of money, man. Who knew that they became friends while they were here dealing with this media? We brought them together.
What is this new trend, though?
Ebony.
I'll take this job if.
Ebony
and now we're announcing that.
Nougat.
That's from Schefter, by the way.
Together in harmony.
I think it's more bald men live. Like, this is our time.
Oh, man, they're going to be down there that country music. I like that, man. I like that coaching staff. Listen, there's not a lot of teachers in this game.
Did they hire a defensive coordinator, or is Tasala just doing it himself, like you were talking about? I'm with you. I think he should do it himself, but I'm not sure if
because
they
he didn't do it
hired
last
one yet.
time, and you know what I'm saying?
He did or didn't?
He did not.
Yeah, he did not here. No.
Right.
And they still had – but listen, let's be clear. They still had good defenses here.
Yeah, because he trained Ulbrich, but nobody going to call them plays like you going to call them.
Yeah. Well, I think it's fascinating that Saleh and Dable now coming together to
we'll
work
be talking
in
about,
Tennessee.
see New York, we let them go away. Look where they at now.
They have not hired a defensive coordinator in Tennessee yet. So Saleh hires Brian Dable, and it's contingent upon Dable not getting the Raiders head coaching job.
Let me spice it up even more. You know who lives in Tennessee?
Who?
Rex Ryan.
Yes, he does.
Man, give Rex $2 million to coach from his crib. Oh, that'd be like the super squad.
But didn't. If I'm not mistaken.
No, they made up. They made up
because Rex
they made
used
up.
to destroy him.
They made up big time.
Really?
It was bigly. It was like
talk to me. I didn't know about this.
It was like a man crush. This was public now.
I don't remember this.
Yeah,
Tom, do you remember the making up Robert Saleh and
Rex called him?
That's my knowledge.
Rex called him.
Was that
I think
year?
Rex even went over there. No, this was like when Saleh was still here.
Really? I forgot this. When this happened,
Rex went over there. They got real chummy. He started talking about how much he liked him, and like, you know what? I talked to him. He's a good dude.
So Saleh went and made up with Rex and Joe.
No,
Beningo.
Rex went and made up with him.
Did Rex give away any of his secrets like Beningo did in the text messages?
No, Rex didn't snitch. But Rex talked about, hey, like he talked about on Get Up.
Okay, I vaguely remember this now. I had forgotten that they had done that.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get a couple of calls in who've been waiting a really long time. I want to get a couple in here real quick. Al in North Carolina is first on ESPN New York. Al, what's going on, bud? How are you?
I'm doing well, guys. I hope you're doing okay.
We're good.
Yeah, I wanted to speak to you guys, specifically Bart as well, about the Wink Martindale situation.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you think the Jets have the personnel to make a scheme switch to a 3-4 that Wink is known for?
Absolutely.
And with that, who do you think would be the top players in our defense?
All they need is a fat boy. You know what I mean? Listen, they go get Arvell Reese. He's sitting right there. You got two athletic linebackers now. You got Will McDonald out there. You got. The Jets got plenty of money in free agency too. Now it's hard to find fat boys in free agency, especially because Travis Jones got re-signed with Baltimore. But they can either draft one, or they can.
Let me ask you this, just out of curiosity, in the midst of this conversation, Al, I was thinking about this yesterday. Bart, depending on what you're going to do with Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yeah.
Is there any part of you that might move down a couple of spots and then take Maui Noah because he's going to play some guard in the league?
I hope not.
No, I'm not. No, he's a beast now, but no, I'm not doing that. I've already allocated so many resources, back-to-back years of drafting, linemen. It's too many linemen that's out there that you can get that can fill in. One, I don't let John Simpson leave, or I re-sign Vera Tucker. Simple as that. And then I draft somebody in the 4th round or 3rd round. I'm not letting I need to get impact players.
Al, what else you got?
I was going to ask, as far as Frank Reich is concerned, I think it's not fair to kind of judge a guy who's been out of the league by his own, it kind of seems like volition. I would love that Frank Reich calling plays for the Jets if it means, we get someone like a Mac Jones.
Absolutely.
Or someone else under center. I think he deserves a shot. And I think our offensive line, I think we're a lot closer to being a competent offense than people want to give the Jets credit for.
They're not
with an offensive line as the foundation. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that.
And I'm going to raise the price up if I'm the Jets for Linderbaum. Like, Harbaugh think he's just going to come over and try and throw a bag at him. I'm going to throw a bigger bag at him because I got more money to throw at him.
I can't imagine he's not going to get franchised. I can't imagine they're not going to franchise.
Man, well, they got a lot of people that they got to pay over there in Baltimore.
I don't know what the center number is.
It's not crazy.
Yeah, it's not insane, right? So
right, it's not crazy.
It's probably in the teens.
Well, listen, if I get the job, I'm telling you, Jets get Isaiah Likely, draft the kid Lemon or whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah.
And get Arvell Reese. That's just two guys. You know what I'm saying? And then you still got pick 33 and pick 41.
Charles in Brooklyn has got a snow robot. Charles, what's up? I'm sorry you've been waiting so long.
Well, we want to let his rich ass in.
What do you got, bud?
How you guys doing? Talking to Brunson.
You got a snow robot, but you might have the worst connection in the world.
Well, you got T-Mobile. We know that T-Mobile is killing people out here.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Okay.
It sounds like you're in the hallway.
There we go. That's a little better. Go ahead.
All right, hold on. Let me take you up Bluetooth.
I want to hear about the snow robot.
Yeah,
we can hear you now. You off Bluetooth. We can hear you now. What's up?
All right, how you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, so I bought my yard bottle about 2023. I was part of a Kickstarter movement, so I got it cheaper than the rate that they're selling now.
Mm.
So
how is it?
Why don't you resell yours?
It worked.
Make some money.
No, I'm not reselling it. I have the lawn. It comes with a base unit, and then there's modules to it. So I had the lawnmower module, and I had the snowblower module. The snowblower module worked great Sunday because I set it out every 2 hours. Started at 8:30 in the morning. Then I did it 10:30, 12:30, 2:30 before the game. During halftime, the first game. So every 2 hours I sent it out, and it knocked out the 15 inches that we got up in Westchester County.
Wow. Look at you. Look at you. It can cut the grass, too?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, so there's a lawnmower module that you could get. They have a new one that just came out. That's about $2,000. And basically what you do, you take the robot around the lawn, and it's on a GPS, so it remembers where your lawn is, and then it cuts the grass for you automatically whenever you set it.
So is it like the old set it and forget it?
Yo, how many acres can it do?
Listen, I have seen them in a corporate park. Like this summer when we moved and we were staying at a hotel. We got stuck in a hotel for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
In a corporate park, they definitely had some lawn mowers that were automated.
I'm very interested. How many? Because I'll need like 3 or 4. How many? No, but I pay people cut my grass too much money.
And I understand. That's because you got 38 acres.
So like can you program for different areas, or does it have to be dedicated for one area?
I had to let them go, but I'm sure.
I need to figure this out, bro. We might be Gucci, baby. I just sit that thing out there. I can do the front. If it just does the backyard for me, I'm good.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Yo, can we get a sponsor from there? Yo, what's up? I read for product.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff. The final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. This is Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. If you're a new customer, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same-game parlay, make it count. Because after the Super Bowl, The season's over, and football is officially done. Last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite awards show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
Murray to the net. Score! The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat. Barzell for Horvat, score! Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
If you're tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates wants you to know you don't have to be afraid. No matter what challenging life situation you're facing while owing 10 or even hundreds of thousands in back taxes to the IRS, we have a solution. TRA has already negotiated over $1.5 billion in taxes owed by over 180,000 struggling taxpayers since 2017, earning over 1,000 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Generous tax debt forgiveness programs are currently available that can end your tax nightmare and may reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you're facing collections or an audit, don't lose hope. Act now to check what tax relief you may qualify for. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-583-4890. 800-583-4890. Again, that's 800-583-4890. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is a fascinating situation that is playing out with the Knicks right now. And with the deadline next week and some really interesting comments from our pal yesterday, had to get him on today to talk about it. He is, of course, the great Alan Hahn of Don Hahn and Rosenberg. You know him, of course, from with us all afternoon long and from the Knicks broadcast as well. Mr. Hahn, it is Bart. It is Carlin. What's up, brother? How are you?
How we doing, boys? Good to talk to you.
We're doing okay. Where are we here, Alan? Because a couple of weeks ago, this all felt like there wasn't going to be much that would happen before the deadline, but now it seems all bets are off. How have we gotten to this point right now?
Winning, or I should say, losing 9 out of your last 11 before this current 2-game modest winning streak is how you get there. You're right. Coming out of Vegas, the consensus, not just within the organization, but I mean from the fan base, was you don't touch this roster. Leave it alone. Like, this team, give it a chance. It deserves the chance to make a run and see what it can do. And it's incredible that really since then, that has changed dramatically because their defense really started getting exposed when their offense couldn't, went through a slump. They went through some injuries. The depth was tested and showed that it wasn't as deep as they had thought it was. And, now you're in that place where Giannis is out there. Teams are going to be trying to trade for him. He's twice had a calf strain issue this season, which is, of course, a red flag. But right now there's this feeling that I can sense from the fan base of a damned if you do and damned if you don't kind of sensation going into this trade deadline.
How do we fix this Karl Anthony Towns problem, or is he just a piece that doesn't fit in Mike Brown's puzzle?
Oh, no, I think he fits, Bart. I think when you see him at his best, he's still the guy last year that was an all-NBA player that had huge games, especially some big playoff games. And for some reason this year, I think it's really started with his three-point shot. That just isn't anywhere near the efficiency that we saw recently, especially last year. He's over 40%. And for whatever reason, and, he has actually shown me his hand. He doesn't say anything. He just holds up his shooting hand, and you can see one of the fingers is definitely, bent in a way that it shouldn't be bent. And I know you can relate to this stuff, Bart, but when you look at it, and then I just say, well, is that affecting it? He's like, I'm not making excuses. Like, he doesn't want to talk about it. But once the three-point shot isn't going down the way he's used to it going down, he's trying to score in other ways, drive the ball, and you could just see he's a little off. And I think a lot of the issues with Karl Anthony Towns this season, aside from what I saw with my own eyes with his hand, is from the neck up. I don't think it's that he can't fit in the system. I just think he's struggling to figure out what kind of impact he can make if he can't shoot the three the way he has recently.
He is the great Alan Hahn, Don Hahn, and Rosenberg. Knicks broadcast as well. I mean, look, the numbers in three-point shooting are way down 6%, 42 to 36 this year. But separate fact from fiction for me for a moment big. Here. Yeah, I mean, it's huge. There's no doubt. Yeah. But when I look overall, though, Alan, is there a disconnect between he and the coach about what his offensive role is? The shot attempts are down, but they're not down to a point where you're like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I understand. A lot of it, too, is probably the recent foul trouble has kept him out of games, and his minutes have been affected by the foul trouble lately, which is another issue that now we're, throwing on the fire. I think it's real, like I said, it's been this cumulative thing of the three-point shooting then leads to these offensive fouls that he takes driving to the basket, to his lack of getting calls, his lack of finish at the rim, and then now, getting into foul trouble. So there's a lot going on. Chris, again, separating fact from fiction, to say there's a disconnect in communication with the coach would suggest they don't talk. Right. Mike Brown, I think, has probably worked with him more than anybody else on the damn team to try to, get him right. Because they all know. I mean, everybody knows it. Listen to the things that Josh Hart says after games or after practices about Towns. How it's like they know, in no uncertain terms, we're going nowhere if we can't get him right. They know this. So that, I think, has been the goal throughout the season, and it's going to continue to be that goal because they aren't going anywhere if they can't get him right.
Well, fact from fiction, as far as this looks like the group that love playing with each other, love being around each other. Now we're getting reports, and this only happens when you start losing. We know that they had the team meeting, but is it the Villanova cats and everybody else? Are we starting to get dissension or cliques or certain people that's kind of veering off inside of the locker room? Because that's important.
I don't get that sense at all, Bart. I'm in the locker room after every game. I've been on the road with this team as well. I don't get any sense of like you're suggesting, like fracturing, which can happen when you go through losses. I think the healthy part is that they do talk. They can talk. They can have a meeting where it's just they all air it out and they get it right. And, hey, look, you have a meeting and then you smoke a team by 54 and then have a third quarter like they did in Philly. You know, they kind of fumbled the ball around late in that game, missed some free throws, and made it a game, but they were in control of that game for the better part of the second half in Philly. It just shows you there wasn't a response and a rebound. It's a new coach. It's a new voice. There was a lot of adjusting. There's some new faces. Yabusele has not really given them much or anything at all, whereas Precious Achiuwa last year did give them stuff at times off the bench. Yabusele hasn't given them a single Precious Achiuwa game, and that was the trade-off. They didn't bring back Achiuwa. They brought in Yabusele. You thought he'd be better. That hasn't worked. And Jordan Clarkson has had moments, and he was supposed to give them offense off the bench that they really needed off last year. And Clarkson defensively has been picked on by other teams to a point where Mike Brown is like realizing, I can't really afford to play you because his defense is not great and his offense in January has completely fallen off the table. So he's almost like, you know, a minus 15 net rating tells you I can't play you. So those are two pieces they thought would make them better, and that's not there. So I think they all know what the problems are. We've outlined them here. I don't think it's a we don't like each other thing. I think it's a, you know, trade deadline's coming, and while everybody's talking about the Greek, I think there might be more unheralded moves to make to just realign or readjust the roster so they can get back on track.
Last one for me, and it's kind of what we've talked about as a whole here, and I know you've addressed it some, but is it – I just want to be clear, like is Cat sulking at all with what's going on? And he's obviously frustrated if there's the hand problem, but I don't know what to make of what the body language and the dumb fouls and all that stuff that continues. I don't know what to make of all of that with him particularly.
I don't think anybody does, Chris.
Yeah.
You know, look, you can listen with your eyes, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to hear anybody say anything. You just listen with your eyes, and we all see it. He's not the same guy he was last year on the court. Off the court, yeah, still personable, still joking around, still available after games to talk. Like, I don't see that part of it where he's moody and he's avoiding you and all. I don't see that. But I do know he's a proud player who knows his numbers are bad this year, and I think he's well aware of that he's kind of a guy right now that's been sandbagging the team. He knows it. And I think, look, ask again, Bart, how would you feel? You know, you're missing tackles. You're just not right. Whatever it is, you can't figure it out. And it's maddening to an athlete, especially one of his level, for what he was last year. So that's why I keep saying they just feel like they just got to figure out a way to get him right. He just got engaged. And if you've ever seen Jordan, she's beautiful. How could you not be in a great mood every day?
We all know Jordan.
You know, he is where he is right now because of basketball. And that, to me, feels more fixable than anything else that could be affecting his mood.
Well, I know everybody's looking at Mike Brown because, you know, Tibbs seemingly always had his pulse on the team and was able to make the adjustments to be able to get this team back to where they needed to go. Now, this is the first, you know, sign of adversity, and I know everybody's looking to see what Mike Brown does and how he coaches his way out because, like we always say, you know, adversity doesn't define character, it reveals it. And we'll see if he can coach his way out of this and where they believe the words that are coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, I love the fact that you gave me a great parable, and then you gave me a line from what was the movie again, Bart? you give me a great quote, and then you give me a movie quote all in one line. And that's the beauty of Bart.
Got to plagiarize.
But honestly,
here's Ecclesiastes 11:7 and a quote from White Man Can't Jump.
That is the full Bart experience.
The beauty of it.
The brilliance and the hilarity kind of all in one. This is great. But it's, look, Mike Brown is kind of showing you already that in the adversity, he's doing a lot of the same things that Tom Thibodeau did, which is, I'm going to do it my way, which means you're going to crack some eggs. You're going to upset the front office who signed a guy that they thought he's going to help you, and you say, you know, he can't help me, but this other guy can. Or a starter who's not playing well, who's been, you know, like Mikal Bridges, who hasn't gotten a lot of criticism publicly, But if you've watched, again, lately, like his defense this year has not been great. He is not a big impact in the offense that everybody thought he would be. He was one of the guys that seemed the happiest to have a coaching change.
Yeah.
And yet his numbers this year offensively have gone down. But his defense also has not been the same as you've expected. And in Philly, Mike Brown said, listen, Landry Shamet's fighting through screens. Landry Shamet's given Tyrese Maxey a lot of trouble. He's fighting them, and he's knocking down some open threes when we kick it out to him. I'm playing him, and you're going to have to sit and watch because that's what's best for the team. That's all a coach can do instead of trying to be popular in the locker room and play favorites or just make sure guys are happy. No, we're losing. We got to win some games. We got to get right, and I got to make decisions based on winning what's best for the team. And he did that to me in Philadelphia, which tells me that it's very similar to what Tibbs did over his years as well.
Alan Hahn, Don Hahn, and Rosenberg this afternoon, 3 to 6:30, and of course the Knicks broadcast on MSG. Appreciate it, brother. Thanks.
Last question, just one second.
Oh God, not again.
No, not that. I just want to know how many hours did it take your toes to thaw out after ice skating with Callie all day?
All weekend. I couldn't feel them. I still only feel 3 of them right now, Bart. So I'm wondering if even 2 of them are there anymore. She had me on that. Like, we made this little backyard rink, and she had me out. We were out there last night. Last night, Bart. Last night. I can't feel my feet.
A star is born.
I was afraid he was going to ask you about Cade Cunningham and Jalen Brunson and who's better and who's.
I've already been vindicated.
Yeah.
Bobby Marks already answered that one. I don't have to ask that anymore. I'm certified.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, Bart. Have you ever seen a team lose a first-round playoff series and somehow it galvanized them?
Oh, yeah, they pissed off.
That's what you have in Detroit. They lost the series in a heartbreaker. And I spent some time with J.B. Bickerstaff when he did some ESPN stuff while we were together in the studio. So I got a chance to talk to him, got to know him. And that's something that I got that sense from him is, we lost in the first round, but it put belief in the team. And that from day one.
Yeah, they spinning the block, Carlin. We call that spinning the block.
Alan, don't encourage him. This is like lighting the fuse and running away. What are you doing?
He did it at the end of the show.
Chris,
so
I want this.
He's doing it at the end of the show, so it's all good. I can't do nothing.
You build them up. Carlin, you build them up.
Yeah, I know.
Just to what?
Let's see Biscuit run, baby. Let's see Biscuit run.
You're the best. Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
The great Alan Hahn with us. Of course, Don Hahn Rosenberg at 3 o'clock this afternoon on ESPN New York and on the Knicks broadcast as well. Knicks got Sacramento tonight at the Garden. 800-919-3776. We finish with you next. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $179 for 33 months. Or buy with 0.9% APR financing for 72 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN379853. MSRP $33,425. Zero security deposit. APR $14.27 per month per $1,000 finance. Ends 2/2/26.
Calling all Hoops fans. Get off the bench and onto the court for another exciting basketball season with BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today and make your bets. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. For strong candidates, the right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win. So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet
This is amazing.
as it's never been seen before. From pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life. For more information, visit oli.org.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Michael K., top of the hour. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. ESPN New York YouTube page where you should be subscribed to the ESPN New York channel. If you are not, what the hell are you doing? You can be a part of the show through comments. A couple of those comments coming in. Johnny Blaze, my thing is what Cat is thinking is he's showing everyone exactly what people think of him. He's soft. Why doesn't he prove to everyone that they are wrong in all of this? This is my thing. Like, we ask Alan about it, and everybody's trying to figure out exactly what's going on in Cat's brain right now because it doesn't necessarily sound like fit. So what is it exactly? Is it just the fact that he is playing potentially hurt with that hand right now? Because the three-point shooting is way down. There's no arguing that.
Yeah, I mean, he's letting Allen know, and, but, sometimes you got to play through stuff. There's no sympathy. Everybody's hurt at some point. And he has to adjust to it, but it has to be frustrating that he can't deliver the way that he wants to.
Let's see here. Eitan Tomlinson, Clarkson is hot and cold. See, I'm not giving up on Jordan Clarkson.
No, not at all.
Because I still think that as we get later in the year, that's somebody that could have a profound impact on them in a positive way.
Yeah, you work through it. Now, one thing you have to kind of say what you have to do is you got to earn these minutes because I need, if I can get defense from Shamet, and production from Shamet on the offensive side and the defensive side. Defenses shouldn't be negotiable. Now, I know some guys are just better at defense than others, but your effort and your willingness to play. You can't just play hard on one side and not play hard on the other.
Last one. This from Primo Sabe. Exactly what the Pistons are. They turned it up.
Mm-hmm. I'm just keeping it real, man. Listen, it was years where the Pistons were horrible, and I sat there and I ate it. But this ain't it.
Well, you ate it, but we all didn't care. So you weren't really eating it. You were eating it in silence. Nobody was sticking it to you personally.
No.
Now you are turning around and sticking it to all of us personally.
No, because I talked about it and I had the years and people making fun of me. I was like, well, we'll get Wemby, and then out of all the people that can get Wemby, we had the highest chance. It goes to the Spurs. It just so happens that he has a huge fan base in France, and the Spurs are the team that France follows because of Tony Parker. You talk about kicking one in the gonads with the frozen envelope type of stuff. I had to deal with that. I had to live through that crap.
Another fix is in.
Exactly.
Just like the Mavericks getting the number 1 pick.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm not going to get that worked up about the town stuff until it seems like it's unfixable. And I still have faith that it is fixable at this point. It does not feel like it's unfixable. It's just, is that going to happen here in the next few weeks? I don't know. I don't think they're going to do anything that's going to be major before the deadline. They might do something like Alan talked about that's a little bit more of a galvanizing type move.
Yeah, because I think they want to keep all their assets, as many as they can, for Giannis, hoping that Giannis doesn't get moved. But I think they still have hope that if they play the way they played at the beginning of the year, that they can beat anybody in the Eastern Conference because of the experience that they have, right? They have experience. And, only other team that has that type of experience is not the Magics, it's the Boston Celtics. But they have to feel, if they felt great about beating Boston last year, they got to feel even better this year.
All right, we've got our court date here in about 4 minutes.
They just called me, too. They said, good afternoon. This is messages for Mr. Scott. Weehawken Township calling regarding your traffic summons that is issued at Weehawken in October 25th, 2023. This is a matter for Zoom conference this afternoon with Judge.
You don't have to read the whole thing. I mean, we get it. You got to show up on the Zoom.
Yeah, but they acting like they need to talk to me, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to call them before 1 for they to figure out some other stuff.
All right, just keep your cool. Everybody calm down. All right?
I almost called her name out.
Settle down. Just relax. I can't be doing the show alone. All right? I don't need anybody knocking on your door this afternoon.
Shoe program, 24-hour lockdown. Ain't nobody write me. You want to go night-night?
All right, we'll hope he's here tomorrow and didn't tick off anybody and is being held in contempt. Let's hope not. He is Bart Scott. I am Chris Carlin. But more importantly, he is Michael Kay, and he is here next on ESPN New York.
It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday. One last kickoff. The final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. This is Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. If you're a new customer, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite or riding with the underdog or maybe building one last endgame parlay, make